How much do you think Amazon Prime cost? Subscription, how much does it cost?
$14.99, $16.99, I don't know, but something in that tier. So cancel the account now. You want to order something from Amazon, ask Fong or Will or Hui or Vin. You don't need an account.
What, you don't shop on Amazon?
I do, but then I don't have an account. Yeah. Cancel it.
Why?
Because you don't fucking need it.
Alright, gay men are taking this shit way too fucking
Either you
far.
cancel it or I want to call a cop to come take you.
Yeah, call the cops.
You don't need to live here anymore.
You have to call the cops.
Okay, you know what? You're getting kicked out right now.
Call the cops.
Fine. Dạ, mày đuổi anh Châu ra nha. Mày đuổi anh Châu ra nha. Vì nó cứng rồi nó không chịu cancel cái account kìa. Không có chịu cancel cái account. Vì mỗi tháng nó xử lý mày mà 6 đồng á, 17 đồng á.
Bây giờ là mẹ sẽ lock cái account đó lại. Rồi mẹ không cho con mua đồ nữa, con phát này nhiều quá à. Tiền ở đâu mà mẹ phải chịu cho con nhiều đến như vậy?
What do you think I'm buying?
Well, it isn't not because what you're buying, but you started a membership, and now they're taking money for her account every month.
Do you know how much the membership costs?
By $16.99, whatever this is fucking Amazon bill, bitch.
It stopped being like $16.99 a long time ago.
No, but why is she getting billed every month?
Actually, it was always in the $100 recently.
Okay,
it's
so
$90.
I'm asking you to cancel the account.
It's
We're not gonna
$90.
cancel the account.
Okay, so call the police because apparently I refuse to cancel my Amazon account. Go ahead and do it. So
Bây giờ đó, cái thẻ của cái thằng Sun Community là mẹ đã đổi qua cái mới rồi. Ngày mai mẹ sẽ gọi
Thì
cho.
mẹ nói nó là block cái Amazon account đi.
Ok.
Đừng có cho nó xài tiền nữa, đừng có mua gì cho nó nữa.
Cái nhà nó cứ mua hoài à.
yeah, I'm just buying
You want to be
medicine.
kicked out?
I'm just buying
We are so close
medicine
to kicking you out, Joe.
from Amazon because I need it because they won't go to Walmart and they won't buy it for me. So I have to buy the medicine from Amazon. And so what's happening is that I'm just trying to buy medicine from Amazon, and right now they are probably threatening to burn down our house if they don't cancel my Amazon account because I'm not buying because I am buying medicine from Amazon, but not just medicine from Amazon.
Mẹ nói nó block cái Amazon account đi, nói nó gọi đi, mình không mua nữa nha. No more Jack in the Box, no more Taco Bell, no more McDonald's. Ở nhà cái gì phải ăn á.
Man, I hate that Vietnamese guy, dude.
Ông ngoài cảnh sát được không?
Yeah, so she's gonna call the cops.
Con nói thiệt với mẹ. Mẹ không có chịu làm cái gì là nó nằm mẹ điên tới mẹ chết luôn á. Nó thành giết mẹ đó.
Mẹ đuổi con ra khỏi.
Yeah, so they're kicking me out of the house because I'm buying a lot of Amazon stuff. Like I'm just buying medicine. I'm just buying medicine on Amazon and they're like calling the cops on me. And I sent them pictures of me being sick. And they refuse to admit that I'm sick. They just say I'm mentally ill. I'm fucking evil. I'm the craziest bitch they ever fucking
You are
met.
mentally ill. Look at you.
And that they need to call the cops on me and put me in the mental illness hospital or in jail. Yeah, so it's kind of not just my sister that's going through this. Is it Zanjad? Is it Mexican people? Yeah. I guess it's Mexican people. The only time you guys have seen Mexican people argue on TV or on the internet was when that Indian girl named Nadia, you guys remember her? She was the 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old girl who her uncle wanted to marry her, and she did not want to marry him. Oh, was it? Dang, that was my cousin, huh? That was my cousin, and then they turned her Mexican into an AI CGI character, right? Yeah, so that little girl was my cousin. Okay, and this was the only time you guys have seen Mexican people cuss anyone out ever inside a household. And then the rest of it was always Chinese people cussing out in the house. It was always white people. It was always black people cussing out their family inside their house. Like on the movies, like on TV, through live recording, stuff like that. The only time you guys have ever seen it was with that girl Nadia. And Dylan right now just told me, oh, so that girl, Cho, the reason why you keep thinking she looks like your cousin V is because that was actually your cousin V. Okay? And what happened is that Zan Jod tried to marry V, your 9-year-old cousin, and she had to run away from her and her entire family, the white people. They had to take that family away because Zan Jod kept trying to get married to my cousin's entire family. But that was like the only time you've ever seen Mexican people ever argue in a family. Other than that, like who's argued in an Asian family? The South Korean family, and Lotus and Fresh Off the Boat. You guys remember that? The cheap mom. The bitch ass of a fucking mom. And then like the cool dad who like actually gave a fuck about the fucking family. Like he actually fucking cared about the family apparently, and the mom I guess did, but she was fucking mean ass fucking bitch, right? So there's that family. The Joy Luck Club, fucking Mulan. Okay, so those are like 3 examples of like Asian families that just did not get along. Okay, they never got along. Asian families never got along. White people, I don't know, like Eminem, I guess that was really bad. There was Eminem, there was like, okay, probably Britney Spears. Yeah, that was all over the news. Oh, she got into an argument with her dad. Her sons fucking hated her. Her dad fucking hated her. All the men in her life fucking hated her. So she went bald because they drove her fucking crazy and shit like that. Like those two, okay, white people. I'm sure you can find more. Like Lindsay Lohan. Who else was there? Black people. There's a lot of black people out there that get into an argument. But I don't really watch too many black people shows. But like Madea. Okay, so I love Madea. You guys know Madea? So Tyler Perry, Madea. Okay, so that black family. I don't know about too many black movies because like those are like scary, dude. Like Pulp Fiction. Like, man, like, black American movies, dude, get so fucking scary, dude. Like, there's only, like, a few, like, black American, like, movies, but maybe a lot more is what Dylan is saying. But when I was growing up, man, like, black American movies were, like, crazy, dude. They were, like, Pulp Fiction. Like, I never watched Pulp Fiction. I just saw one clip where, like, the black guy was, like, yelling at someone. And it was probably a Mexican guy. Okay? Other than that, like, what Mexican people and what Mexican family have you seen or ever known that actually fucking tripped? That actually lost their damn mind in front of everybody fucking face? And, like, made an ass of themselves. Like, who? Like, George Lopez was, like, the happy Mexican family in America. Ah, well, George, you know, you've been a great father in America. You know, your wife loves you, your kids love you. You know, those guys, like, just because they don't believe in you, it just doesn't mean, like, that you're not a good person. You know, not everyone in life is gonna be there for you, George. but at least your family will. And that's the most important part of life, is your family and the support that you have and that they gave you. Man, you know, I kind of always, who's tripping me up, dude? Who's choking me up? Just George Lopez? And then George Lopez will be like, you know what? That's why you're my best friend. Because you know what exactly what's going on when you see it. And then the audience is like, aww. And then, you know, like some fucking romantic music plays. And then the whole entire family hugs each other. And then the lights dim. And then after that, the episode ends. It's always like that for Mexican people. It's always like that. You have never, ever, 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 ever seen Mexican people actually fucking trip on TV. But what Cloud Strife and Dylan and Alex Riffenberg and Lucifer are saying is that, so Cho, you know, you see how your sister is like yelling at you like this right now? Okay? And you see, why is she calling the police? Why is she trying to call the Mexican police? And you know it's the Mexican police. Like, why all of a sudden why is like yesterday your sister was like a cute, bubbly, happy American girl who was trying to be nice to you, and then all of a sudden the Mexican police are trying to enter your house? Like, why is this happening? Why is your sister suddenly acting this way, Cho? Why is your sister acting this way? It's because the Mexican police are fucking stalking her and harassing her, and that's it. Your sister acting this way, Cho, has nothing to do with this is who she actually is, and it never has been. And why is it that, Cho, that your sister is what Klaus Strife is saying to me right now. Cho, you've never talked to your sister. This sister, you've never talked to her before. You have never, ever, ever talked to this sister in your entire life. Never. This is probably the first time you've ever talked to your sister in 35 years, and you're 35 years old, Cho. You're 35 years old, and this is the first time, the very first day that your sister has ever talked to you, Cho.
Who are you talking to?
The police.
You know that somebody put a curse in you? That's why you're the way you are.
You're acting like Michelle and Andy right now.
No, I know you know somebody put a curse in you.
What
So
curse?
I don't know, but that's why you have 3 personalities right now.
I have 3 personalities right now. Oh, I know that Mexican guy that makes that face. Oh my God, Officer Cienfuego.
I don't know, Joe, but somebody put a curse in you, so be careful.
Yeah. Oh, it was him. Okay, so Officer Cienfuego is trying to enter my house right now. I fucking hate that guy, dude. Yeah, so she might be calling the police right now. Yeah, so I might have to keep the camera on because yeah, if my mom comes by, I might have to go back into my room. But what I'm saying is that this is the first time that me and my sister have actually talked our entire life. Like, I never even asked her what her favorite color is. I don't know how tall she is. I never asked her if she had any friends at school. All I've ever asked her was, where have you been? And then it would always be this same reaction, okay? So just to give you an example, I've actually never have talked to my sister before. And when you guys saw me try to strike up a conversation with my sister, she was trying to be cool. Okay, she was trying to be cool, but then at the same time, she was like grunting me and like trying to shoo me away and not to say anything to her because Zan Jod and like China have been doing this, oh, you're not allowed to talk thing for a lot longer than you guys think. It was longer than since high school. Okay? So Cloud Strife is saying, Cho, this is probably like the first time you've ever talked to your sister in your life. You don't even know what your sister's favorite color is. You've never asked her that before. That memory does not exist. You never asked her if she had any friends in school. That memory does not exist. Stuff like that. The only thing that Cho has ever asked and talked to her sister was, where have you been and why are you yelling at me? Okay? So, I actually have caught all of this on camera. And the first time that my sister has ever talked to me in my life is always, you're mentally crazy, you're mentally ill, you're fucking sick in the head, I need to call the fucking police on you. And then that was it. Okay? So...
No, Joe, I never always say that to you. This is recently, okay? You know that.
Yeah, it's recently. It's recently. So my sister is saying that, yeah, it's true.
Maybe we should take that phone away from you.
Dang, dude.
Oh, don't tell me that you don't need a phone.
Yeah, and they're trying to get my mom to cut off my phone. They're trying to, they say that to me every day. They're going to cut off my phone because I don't have rights. Yeah, if you guys cut off my phone, I don't really need it.
Okay.
But,
I'll pay for it anyways.
okay, thanks, man. Yeah, the reason why I said I don't really need it is because if I get my phone cut off, dude, like I'm kind of free. I'm kind of free. And by that, what I mean is that I don't have to talk to Zan anymore. I don't have to fucking talk to him. Like, and you guys have seen me on Twitter for how many years? On Tumblr for how many years? I've been on Tumblr and Twitter since 2014. And I have been all the way up till 2026. So that's 12 years now. Have you guys ever seen me talk to anyone? Have you guys ever seen me talk to anyone at all? No, right? It's close to never. And since the Iranian war began, it is like in February, in March. Okay, so in March, okay, March, April, May, June, July. So that's 5 months from March to July. And I have been talking to Zan Jod about sex, rape, murder, the people in my family, my friends, the people I went to school with, and American celebrities. And I have been talking to Zan Jod 5 to 10 times a day on Tumblr, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. And those are generally the main... Oh, and YouTube. So those 5 are generally the main social media apps that I use. So just like how on Twitter and Tumblr, that this is like the first, like that this is the first time you've ever really seen me interact with someone and to talk to someone this much, right? Okay, so it's the same thing with my sister. So me and my sister have never, ever, ever, ever talked to each other before. Life is exactly as it seems. My older sister, which I love her so much, by the way, she is perfect to me. Okay, I love my sister. I would not have her any other way except for to have those people that are doing this to her. Oh, look, what a beautiful day. I'm going to go out and commit murder. Okay, so I don't want to do it too fucking violent because, like, that guy, he really get turned on by that fucking shit. And it's a whole entire fucking Nadia fucking Mexican cuss out in the fucking house. Like, you just don't want to fucking go there, okay? So I just kind of, like, lined it a little bit. But life is exactly as it seems. You have never, ever, ever seen my older sister, my best friend, who I've never talked to before talk to me on Twitter. You've never seen it happen before. You've never seen her talk to me on Tumblr. You've never seen her talk to me on Facebook. Okay, now that's a big one. You've never seen her talk to me on YouTube. You've never seen her talk to me anywhere. You have never seen it. You want to know why? Because I've never talked to her before. I've never done that shit before. The only people that I've ever seen her talk to is to somebody on the phone that I've never met before. So my sister, ever since I was a little kid, was always on the phone with someone I never met before. And that's all the way back in elementary school. And she was probably only like in the 6th grade. And that's still really, really young. So, is the alarm going off? Because a lot of people are really alarmed by this. Yeah, it is very, very alarming. Okay? So, this is actually one of the very first conversations that I have ever had with this sister specifically. And she opened the door and she said, Cho, it's been a really, 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 really long time. A really, really long time. It's been a really, really, really long time. And she said, yeah, this is the first time we've ever talked to each other before. And it was about how the Mexican police were going to break into my house and arrest me and her and my mom and our entire family because I'm buying stuff. You know, like I'm buying sugar, I'm buying candy, I'm buying medicine, I'm buying new clothing. Okay, I gotta go in. Thank you, Mom. So my sister, she said to me, Cho, it's been a really long time, and she had to secretly code her message in a way that will not make Mexican people and the Iranian war explode. Okay? So what's happening is that, sorry, I just have to get situated. So what's happening is that it is pretty shocking. It is pretty shocking that today is one of the very, 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 very first times that I've ever talked to my sister. There have been other times, and it was always, oh, that Mexican guy that wants to be my boyfriend, so he thinks you're crazy. So his name is Jose. So Jose, he wants to be my boyfriend. And he thinks you're crazy. And he thinks that we should take you to the mental illness hospital. So my sister told me that when I was in high school. Okay? And it was always him. It was always Jose and his Mexican friends. And that has been the only conversation that my sister has given me in my entire life. Okay? Jose was forcing my sister to tell me stories about how the both of them had sex with each other, which never happened, by the way. Okay? And how they think I'm crazy and need to be taken away from the family. And that was about it. And so this is kind of like this whole entire this whole entire all women are mean, or all women are the root of all evil, and all men are good. So it's kind of based off of this ideology where they are threatening the entire world to make this dream come true and turn all of this into a reality. And so in reality, my sister has never been really nice to me because Mexican men have always been talking to my sister exactly like that. Exactly like that. And my sister said, Cho, it's been a really, really long time, is what my sister said. And my sister told me, and not just my sister, but my high school friends all told me that, you know, Cho, you get to stay inside and you don't have to see the outside world for what it truly is, because that's our job and that's what we do. We take care of it for you. And for that reason, my life did seem at the very least quiet and also peaceful, because I did not talk to very many people out here in this world. But my sister had a job, and she was talking to the people on the outside of her house every day, and that is what she had turned to. And for me, it's also kind of the same. Every day is always, oh look, this is a cute little pencil you can buy, or look, oh my god, you can get ice cream from McDonald's, and it's super cute. So Dylan said they're selling their soul to the devil to make me sound really fucking weird right now, because they don't like women. So I sound real weird right now, and sorry, they sold their soul to the devil to get me to slur. Okay? So I sound weird right now. And I might sound even weirder on the camera. Okay? Sorry, Dylan they sold their soul to the devil just to interrupt me all the time, just so that they can just stop me from saying these things. But my sister, but me, I had always had very nice things to say until I talked to someone on the internet that I have never met before, and someone from the outside world, and then they started lying. They're always angry, they're always filled with hatred, and then they just see someone on the internet, and then all of a sudden they just get in their car and then they just drive down the street to fucking kill someone. And that's how it's always gonna be, and I never knew. Because the American government and my family have always blocked other people and their messages from commenting on all of my pages, and surveillancing all views, all locations, and all that. So I was able to keep a bit more of a peaceful page. But when I started talking to people on the internet, all of a sudden it's, fuck you, you fucking bitch. I know exactly where you are. I'm gonna fucking kill you, you fucking bitch. Don't fucking lie to me like that. And don't you dare fucking talk to me like that. And no, I won't tell you to fucking stop. I'm just gonna fucking hit harder than you. Come back to my fucking page, I'll fucking kill you. And that was it. All of a sudden I'm a different fucking person. Who do I sound like? Exactly like my sister. Exactly like my sister. Okay? So that's the problem. But one revelation to me, brought up to me by Cloud Strife and Alex and Lucifer and Dylan, which was the craziest thing that I had ever realized in my life. And it was the only time that I ever got to my sister. Like, as a sister to sister, and as like a kid to another kid. And it was the best thing that I have ever heard in my life. So me and my brother and sister went to go eat Korean barbecue. And during this time, there was a war between Japan and Korea. Japan and South Korea over smartphones and over a type of like memory chip that gets embedded into the phones that South Korea had made, and that Japan was accusing South Korea of intellectual property theft. Okay, so not a very good thing. And Zan Jod and Guan Yu and Zhang Fei and what was his name again? Dong Zhuo, Daniel Alvarez, Armando Shadow from Bleach. That's him, by the way. So creepy. I know him. I went to school with him. I actually went to school with Chad from Bleach. Wow. Okay. And then so all those Mexican Indian kids, David Ranchos, Isidro Osuna, so they got into a war with South Korea, not knowing that they were white, by the way. Okay, and even if they did, they would probably just say Japan is better than South Korea. You've seen it before. On whose page was it? It was, forgot his name, that guy that wanted to collab. The South Korean guy that wanted to collab with Mr. Beast. So it was that guy. I forgot his name because I don't. Oh, James Seo. Thank you, Cloud. James Seo. So some Mexican guy found out that South Korean people were fucking white all of a sudden. And so he demanded like crazy violently behind the fucking scene. Okay? Behind everyone's eyes to be able to see South Korean people. And he tried to act cool. Oh, yeah, you know, like, oh, I kind of know about Japan and South Korea as a Mexican person and blah, 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 blah. And he said, whoa, which one do you like more? You know, because he fucking knew. So he was pissed. And he said, well, since you asked me that, Japan. You know, I always thought Japan was better than South Korea. And then James Seo didn't even say, then why are you fucking here? He didn't. And he just moved on to the next fucking phase of the whole entire talk show because he had it all figured out. He didn't even give him the chance to fucking talk. Because all he would ever wanted to do was to talk. He just wanted to fucking talk. He tried to get an answer from James Seo and to give him an answer, but he didn't let him fucking talk. You know what I'm talking about? That's how Mexican people are. So he just like immediately shut the whole entire conversation down by not saying, then why are you fucking here? He just fucking took him to the next phase, and then he gave the winning gift to someone else, right? Because someone else wanted it, and then he just told the Mexican guy to fucking leave, and that was it. Don't let him fucking talk. Don't even ask him a fucking question. So, yeah, so why'd you guys bring up this part? Yeah, so I was talking, so what they are saying, so what Cloud Strife is saying, so Cloud Strife said, well, the reason why I told you about Mexico being involved in South Korea is because Mexico was part of the war in Japan against South Korea over the smartphones and the memory chip, because Japan wanted to steal the intellectual property of South Korean phones and then give it to I have a really bad bug bite. And give it to Japan and Japanese people in anime, and then act like the heroes of anime and stuff like that. So Cloud Strife just wanted me to mention that that this is a very, very, very important war that is still ongoing right now, and there has still not been a settlement because South Korea refuses, absolutely refuses to give Japan the intellectual property of their smartphones. Okay, and thank God that they did not fucking do it, dude. I just don't like Japanese products that fucking much, because like what? Who President Idrohan von, I forgot his last name, but Idrohan von, oh, that means you don't fucking like him. I'm glad you fucking figured that out. I hella just don't really like him that much. I was just being nice to him. I was just being hella fucking nice to him because, like, sometimes when you tell a man no, you know, like, it just goes really fucking bad. It just goes really, 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 really fucking bad. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? I personally just could not. Just whatever. I was just, the whole entire time, you guys should have known, I was like, man, I just kind of wish it was fucking Dylan. I just want Dylan to come back to me. And that was the whole thing. Duh. So yeah, I don't really like him that much. But President Adrohan von something, okay? So, yeah, I stopped reading it because he was like fucking Asian or whatever. Would have been better if it was like Artem Wing or Aaron Yeager, okay? So anyways, it's like seeing President Adrohan von something turn into Sasuke Uchiha. It's like, why would you force South Korea to give their intellectual property to Japan? And that would be an extremely horrific and extremely bad thing. It's like watching Millie Alcock turn into like a fucking Chewbacca, turn into a fucking caveman. It's like watching Ali Milcock turn into a fucking caveman, right? It's like watching Bill Gates turn into Stephen Hawking. Like, why would you force South Korea to give their intellectual property of all phones to Japan? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? No one likes Solo Leveling. No one likes fucking Given. No one likes the Princess Gorilla. No one likes all of these animes. Japan fucking sucks. Like, why would you do that when you have South Korean anime like the Fox Lovers Refresher? When you have anime like Tears of Themis. Tears of Themis is actually a South Korean anime. Okay, so Amy H, right? So I just summoned her voice. So Amy H, okay, that South Korean girl, Taeyang, right? The Lionheart girl from Girls' Generation, SNSD. Okay, so Taeyang. Okay, Rose. Okay, so those South Korean girls. Oh, and Pika Jen. Okay, and that girl from Spring Waltz, okay? So those girls are real, authentic, walking, talking Barbie girls in the flesh, walking around in the world. Pika Jen is a real, authentic Barbie girl with brown hair in the actress world, and she was forced to hide her face. Okay? That girl from Spring Waltz, I don't know her name because I never got to watch it, and I don't want to watch it because it was so bad, by the way. Okay? Because that anime, that South Korean drama was so bad. It was based on my family, dude. Like, that girl was my best friend, Truk. That guy, Henny, something David Henny, right? That guy was my older brother. And then that girl that cussed out that guy, she was my sister. And then that guy that was like June. So that guy, June, dude, was like crazy. Was my fucking dad. And they were accusing him of killing someone that we fucking knew. So I was not allowed to watch Spring Waltz because it was about how my brothers and sisters and the people at my school were accusing my dad of killing Zhao Yun. Of pretty much accusing Jackie Chan and Elboson and Tom of killing Zhao Yun. So I was not allowed to watch it for that very reason, because that guy was like living in our neighborhood. So I was not allowed to watch Spring Waltz, okay? But that girl in that anime though, in that Korean drama, okay, she is a real Barbie doll, a real human Barbie doll with brown hair. Taeyang is a real Barbie girl with blonde hair. Amy H is a real Barbie girl, a human Barbie girl. And all of them are South Korean. Do you understand? So why would you hand over the intellectual property of the human Barbie race of South Korea and then give it to like Ohio Sensei and then give it to Kazuki? Why would you give it to Jun Takeda? Why would you give it to Aladdin? Like, why would you give it to those people? It would be a really big disaster. And they're trying to shut down the internet anyways. Okay? So, what I am saying is that it is a very, 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 very big problem. And a very big war that is going on today. So, is it the same? I'm asking CloudStrike right now. The exact same war. Okay, so the Iranian war on the internet is the exact same war as the Japan versus South Korea smartphones technology. Is the same exact one, and how all of them are trying to take over the internet and force everyone else to lose access to the internet, because they feel like that is a type of knowledge that gives them power to take advantage of people, like Google Maps, AI, Google engine to explain everything for you, so that you are easier to rape through losing information and technology. Does that make sense? And they have they have more power to rape you because you don't have like a smartphone anymore. Okay? So anyways, it was around that time. So about like 2020. So about 5-6 years ago. Oh, a little earlier than that. Maybe, I think the news broke out in 2019. So about around the time Wuhan broke out. So Wuhan happened. Okay, so it was around there. And that was when, around the time, I had a conversation with my sister for the first time. Okay? And around that time, Japan was getting married to... So the Princess of Japan... Oh, that was about me? Oh, okay. Yeah, so some man from Japan was forcing some woman to get married to him. And as a result, her entire family abandoned her and forced her to lose her royal status because they wanted to show the world what happens to a woman when she's too fucking smart and has too much in life, too much sugar in her life. So that was my marriage to CloudStrike, right? So Japan did all of that as a response to Tifa Lockhart's marriage. Oh, sorry. Okay, fine. So Cho Nguyen's Dark Pastel's marriage to CloudStrike is what Cloud is saying. Okay? So around that time, I got to talk to my sister again because CloudStrike welcomed himself into my life. So CloudStrike welcomed himself into my life. And that was the first time that I ever got to my sister, because she invited me out to get South Korean barbecue when there was a whole war in South Korea because of smartphones. Okay? So we went to the restaurant, and Vin and I, it was just Vin, my younger brother, Mintu, my eldest sister, my oldest sister, and then me. So it was just the three of us, and other people were supposed to come, but they could not. Why? Because you're not allowed to talk to anyone. Like, no one's allowed to talk to anyone ever out here. So what had happened is that this is the first time that probably the second time that my sister has ever invited me out. So the first time my sister has ever invited me out was when I dated Dylan. And she took me to a South Korean restaurant. A South Korean restaurant, you guys. It was great. South Korea did it right. South Korea did such a good job. And my sister only took me there once. It was kind of like a royal, like ancient, like a feudal era type of like restaurant. It was really cool. It was like really rustic. And it's like all over the news right now. Like South Korea, the fact that South Korea did that, it's all over the news. And like Japan and China keep trying to steal what South Korea has created architecturally and like ingredients wise and like chef wise or like restaurant wise and like food wise. Like they just did a really good job, and they're probably going to continue to do it over and over again, try to steal from South Korea, but South Korea did the right thing. So you know, the food, it was like they had like these really nice like dumplings, like these like Asian dumplings, you know, and it was like soft, like the texture of like the dumpling, it was like soft, and it had like this type of like itty bittiness to it, where it's like only like it was like fluffy, and it was not pounded. It was not pounded like a what do you call that? That little rice mixture that they do. Dongo? Is it dongo? I forget what it's called. Mochi. Okay, so it's not, you know how like they pound in mochi like you know what I'm talking about, and it gets heavier and heavier like a singularity. It's so crazy. So that what they're creating is like is it a zero negative? It's a positive negative is what Cloud is saying. So what's happening is that they're pounding. So pretty much sometimes if you keep pounding something in, and it depends on like the type of material, you can actually, and if you're skilled enough, you can actually reach a negative space. Called like a type of vacuum, like a vortex vacuum, and you can reach in there, and then you can start creating pockets if you pound it in enough. Okay, and in astronomy, that is called a singularity. Okay, a singularity is when all of the stars turn into a black hole, and then it starts collecting everything around it, and then everything becomes like smaller and smaller and smaller, but it becomes heavier and heavier and heavier and has more and more mass, because there's so many things in one part of space, and it's probably like super heavy. Does that make sense? So you can do the same thing with like dumplings and like mochi. So Chinese people, they're probably incapable of doing what South Korean people do. Bet. Okay, risk your life. I don't care. You're probably gonna die fucking trying. Dumb bitch. Kyo fucking said that to Yuki so fucking hard. You're gonna fucking die trying. Bet. So anyways, Kyo taught me that when I was in high school, dude. So fucking funny. So anyways, you know, so China, who is like a man child, and like, you know, they like short fat men because they like food, and they want to be thick, and they want to be like prove that they love food more than anything. So those guys, they want to be skinny too, and they just lie to people just to like promote like you being like plastic surgery, like you're beautiful but you're ugly and shit like that. Just lie to you like that is what Cloud said. So they actually want to be short and skinny, but they want fat people around to live amongst people that love food. So the reason why Chinese restaurants are just not good is because they pound in the food, and like the food, it becomes extremely hard, and then they overcook the food, and so the food becomes difficult to bite. Does that make sense? So Chinese people, I learned that so hard, because sorry, Cloud is reminding me. So what happened is that one day Cho was like, hey, have you guys ever noticed that like a Chinese restaurant just kind of looks like a McDonald's restaurant? Like it just looks like a McDonald's restaurant, but with like posters of Chinese art and like fake carpet, and it's just super ugly. Like I just don't really like Chinese restaurants that much. And then Dylan Sora, he was like said, Cho, the reason why Chinese restaurants looks like a McDonald's restaurant is because McDonald's was producing food for China the whole fucking time, dude. The reason why is because McDonald's owns every single Chinese restaurant in America. Every single Royal Chinese restaurant in America is owned by freaking McDonald's, dude. That's why McDonald's, the color of McDonald's is kind of like this, the color of like the Chinese flag, is because they produce all that. But the reason why But the reason why Chinese food is like that is just because those guys are actually just fucking evil. And they want people to eat bad food. Okay, so this is going to be a very big theme. If you watch Chinese movies, they poison food a lot. And they really laugh about it. Like they laugh like a crazy, like a mentally ill person every single time like they poison someone's food. It's going to be in every single Chinese movie. For sure. Every single time there's a Chinese person in any movie, you know, like Bao. Sorry, they sold the devil to get me a slur. So you know, like that movie, like Bao. Okay, so they were making a lot of dumplings. It's a big part of fucking China. It's in a Joy Luck Club too. Okay, so someone probably poisoned that food. It was a big fucking theme. People were like angry, cussing each other out, trying to kill their fucking son. Trying to eat that fucking bitch. Okay? Big fucking theme. Okay, so Chinese food is like that because Chinese people demand for things like that to happen. So Chinese dumplings, you know, it's just not really good. It's not really good. But when you go to South Korea, okay, oh my god, it was a royal South Korean restaurant. It was great. It was great. It was like, it had like this, the dumplings, it had like this itty bittiness to it. And it had like this softness to it, and like this soft, but like it had like that crunch. And it just melted in your mouth. And those herbs, they had like these herbs that like China just didn't have. You know, like in a lot of Chinese movies, there's always, like Chinese food is really medicinal. It's very urban. You know, it's like when you eat it, it's going to heal you. In China, they're great at medicine. But China did not have that. They did not have that. So when I ate Royal South Korean food, they had all the things that China bragged about, but they did not have. It had like that fluffiness, like the herb. Like I could just feel my body just regenerating at the first bite. And I felt like rejuvenated, and I felt healthy. And I can see better. I could hear better. My senses were heightened. Like, that's how good South Korean food was. And my sister took me to that restaurant for the first time because it opened just 3 years ago. And I had not seen my sister in a very, very long time. Probably since before kindergarten. And I had no idea why my sister had invited me out to a restaurant a year or two after my boyfriend started dating. Okay? So I'm just saying South Korean food is good. It is good food. Especially, you know, if you go to like the higher class ones, there's like a more of like the more common ones. Okay, but the more high class ones, like a royal South Korean restaurant, like you had Barbie and Ken. You had Barbie and Ken walking around like this royal South Korean restaurant. And then Barbie is like, hey, how are you today? She has like brown hair, she has like blonde hair. And then there are like red-haired men. Red-haired Barbie and Ken men, South Korean men, like walking around, like serving like royal food. Like that's how like amazing royal South Korean restaurants are. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. And they were all like young, like they were like 25 years old, 30 years old, and they were all really polite. They were really, really polite, and they were nice. They were beautiful. And then they're just like, oh yeah, I love Cho. Like, you should bring Cho around more often. You know how much we love Cho. You know, South Korea and Vietnam are so cool. Blah, 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 blah. Like you guys are just great. We just love your family. Just bring them around again. And then my sister starts laughing, and she's like, I know. You guys just love my family so much because we're so cute. Thanks, guys. I'll try to bring her around more often. And then she was just laughing. Like, my sister, she has like a really, really cute laugh. Like a really, really cute, innocent, childlike laugh that might even remind you of like Darren Dow, like around that type of personality. Like, that's how cute and innocent like my sister really is. And you guys don't know her because of Mexican people and Iranian people and Indian people and what they had done to not just my family, but the entire world. Even Dylan, he's a cute, innocent man, but when Indian people get angry, when Mexican people and Chinese people and European people get angry, Dylan, he has to change. Okay? So I'm just saying, like, South Korean restaurants, like, wow. Men with red hair, blonde hair, orange hair, Barbies and Kens walking around serving royal food. That's why I'm saying, that's why I'm kind of like on this topic for so long. It's like, wow, these people are beautiful. Okay, so South Korean people are in fact the Barbie and Ken race of America, race of people of America. Okay, so that's why like South Korean people have been such a big deal since back in the day, because some people actually knew. And I've only heard it once from a South Korean person, and it was my friend Chung, and he said to me, Cho, you know that, okay, so I'm South Korean, and you don't know why South Korean people are so popular, and why K-pop is so popular, and the reason why is because they're white. They're white people. And I know you don't understand what I'm saying, but you'll understand later. You'll understand later when like more K-pop, like music videos and movies come out. But the reason why is because they're actually white. And their skin is like super white. And so Taeyong, okay, she has like blonde hair. And Rose, she has like blonde hair. Okay? And Jisoo, sometimes she has red hair. Okay, so the reason why K-pop is so popular, okay, so you should probably remember the year, and we're in 2010, 2012, okay? So the reason why K-pop is so popular is because South Korean people are actually white. And there are a lot of people who actually know that and understand that, and you don't. Because you think they're Asian, and then that was it. So he did not say you think they're Asian, but it was because I think. Sorry, it was a slip up. It's because I think that they're Asian. He did not. He was careful not to say, to mix up. And all he said was, oh, it's because they're just really, really white. And they're really good looking, and that's it. So that's why a lot of people talk about South Korea and K-pop a lot since way back in the day. And you just never knew. And then that was it. That's all he said, okay? So Cloud Strife wanted to bring that up. Okay? So, there are people who know and understand that South Korean people are actually white, and I was one of the people who thought that they were just Asian people who just dyed their hair red or blonde or orange or purple, stuff like that. So yeah, anyways, so that was, my sister took me to that restaurant, and she has a lot of South Korean friends through my sister Fong. So my sister too does not have any friends, and she only hangs out with her younger sister Fong, and Fong is where everyone meets Fong. So if you want to talk to two, you have to talk to Fong, and Fong is like BG Battle Cat, and she's like super aggressive, super mean, and like she's the one who has the guns. She's like apparently really good at fighting, and she never lost a fight in a single day in her life. Bet. Okay, go ahead. They sold their souls to the devil, give me a stutter. So you'll die fucking trying. How many times did you fucking bet? How many times did you bet on her fucking death? It's been like many years now, and she was the one who threw a funeral for you. You were the one that fucking died trying. Bet. Go ahead, do whatever the fuck you want. Oh, now he's fucking mad. Yeah, well, go ahead and keep on betting. We all know you fucking die. When you bet, you fucking die. Everyone knew since the fucking 90s. Keep on fucking betting, dude. I don't fucking bet on nothing. So anyways, so my sister too, Min too, she took me to that South Korean restaurant, the Royal one. And then she took me to another South Korean restaurant, and that was the second time that she ever invited me out. So the first time was when I was dating Dylan, And then the second time was when I was dating Cloud Strife. And she took me to a South Korean barbecue restaurant. And my sister was not allowed to take me to the nicer one because a lot of people got into a fight with my sister because they were trying to monopolize on South Korean people and South Korean barbecue. So we could not go to that restaurant because of the war of Japan on South Korea and the Indian-Mexican war on South Korea at the time to steal their stuff. And by this time, those people, they did not really know that those people are white. Okay? So my sister at the time, so a lot of that is kind of important to know, because something happened at that restaurant, which is why it was very, very shocking. So me and my younger brother Vin and Tu and me, just the three of us were there, even though our whole family was supposed to be there, but that they could not because of the war of Japan on Vietnam, because of Dark Pastel's marriage to Cloud Strife. And they were trying to strip me of my royal status and to call me a commoner and to just make me homeless in Japan, which is a big deal, by the way. Oh my God. There's a lot of homeless people in Japan, and there always has been. But a lot of people wanted to maintain Japan's purity and make it seem like it never happened when there was always a lot of homeless people, like Los Angeles, Skid Row, all that. It exists in Japan. Just anime lovers just fucking lied about that shit because they love anime more than you and homeless people. So they lied about it. It was awful. It's awful. Japan is awful, okay? Apparently, South Korea does not have a homeless problem because they just handle that stuff really well because they have like a military. They have a military, okay? So keep that in mind. So I was at the restaurant with my sister and with my brother, and it was just me. And that was the first time, that was the second time that my sister ever invited me out. But then the first time, me and my sister did not really had a conversation. Sorry, I forgot to say that. Okay, so I would just ask my sister questions like, oh, like, how'd you know about this restaurant? She said, oh, well, it just opened 3 years ago. And then she spent most of her time talking to the restaurant workers. And when I would try to talk to her, she would just kind of try to be nice to me. And then at one point, she was like, shh, shh. Stop talking. Okay, stop talking. Okay, so something happened, so I have to go talk to one of the waiters here at this restaurant. And then she disappeared for like half an hour. And then those guys got into a really, really serious conversation. So my sister and I did not really talk much there. Okay? So moving on to the second restaurant. When I was there, okay, there was already a big war on Vietnam and on South Korea brought on by Japan. Okay, and so the second time that I was ever invited out by my sister in 2020, so I must have been like 30 years old. I was 31 years old at this time. And this is the first time that I ever really talked to my sister. So my sister, she was being very nice to me, and she was actually being very conversational with me for the first time in my life, and it was because she wanted to celebrate that I got married to Cloud Strife. And so I noticed that this is the first time she ever got to talk to me in that very innocent personality that she always had, but was never allowed to give to me because of Sanjad, because of Aladdin. I was never allowed to talk to my sister because of China, because of Europe. So I talked to my sister, and she was so cute, and she was so bubbly, and, you know, I always wanted to talk to her, but I never did. I never got to talk to her. So she was just saying a lot of things, and I laughed every single time because she's just funny. She's just a funny person. So then I asked her, Okay, not yet. Okay, so I asked Vin a question first before I talk to my sister, because I always talk to Vin. Okay, and Vin and two were being okay, and Vin was actually really mean to me at this time. And he has been very, very mean to me for very, very many years since high school. So me and Vin used to be best friends all the way up to until high school, until Zanjad talked to me and Vin. And then Zanjad told me that by the end of high school, he's going to make sure that me and Vin and Jonalyn and everyone at school and I become enemies. So at one point, Vin was... So they're trying to shut off my light, by the way. That's how evil they are about me talking about them and for buying things off of Amazon, okay? So they're trying to turn off my lights, by the way, and I caught that on camera, okay? Yeah, so sometimes, like, Mexican men, they would just kind of, like... Okay, so I'm just gonna point to this direction over here. And in this direction, downstairs, okay, I'm just pointing to that area. I guess I couldn't catch it on camera. But downstairs, Mexican men would just walk underneath my floor. And then they would just start talking to me about sex. And then they would start tampering with, like, the electricity. And then sometimes the light would turn off. Okay, so you guys might have seen, like, the light, like, flicker on and off. It's going dark. So the light is really dark right now. Because they are trying to shut off my light. Because they're trying to put me in jail again. Because I insulted Zan on the internet. Because he tried to set up rape. So he tried to get... So pretty much like how he tried to get Jasmine raped by her fucking dad. And he tried to get Dylan raped by his fucking dad. And he's trying to do the same thing with me and my family. And then I insulted him. And now his feelings are hurt. And so now the lights are turned back on. Or turned off. They're dimming the lights and trying to shut down the electricity. And to put me in jail. So sometimes... So they're pretty much trying to burn out my light right now. See, it's like flickering. I'm just going to put it on the light for right now. See, so the light is flickering. It's been going on and off for quite some time now, okay? So just keep that in mind. This is the Iranian war, by the way. Okay, so you guys know that guy I'm talking to Twitter all fucking day? He's talking about all my friends and my family. Talking about Jenny, Princess Anna. Talking about Linda, all of them. Okay, so all of them are trying to turn off my light right now. And put me in jail for buying things on the internet. For buying medicine on the internet, okay? So, anyway, back to the story. My younger brother, he used to be my best friend. But one day in high school, after Zan talked to me and Vin, he said, I'm going to make sure you guys are never ever friends again. In fact, I'm going to make sure you guys are enemies. And ever since then, my younger brother was never ever nice to me ever again. And with each passing year, he only got sicker and sicker and meaner and meaner. And sometimes he did try to be nice. And then other times he tries to be very, very mean. But I know Vin. Everyone knows Vin. Vin is popular. Vin is popular with Linda, Jenny, Von, Minxie, my brothers and sisters, the kids at our school. They just love and support Vin. They just love Vin. And even Dylan too. I asked Dylan, I was like, Dylan, what do you think of my brother? Like, you seem to know a lot about my brother. Or you seem to talk about my brother, so... And then Dylan said, Cho, I care about your younger brother Vin a lot. And to me, Vin is like my younger brother. And I would be very, very sad if something happened to Vin. So I just want you to know that Vin is like my best friend. And your older brother Hui too. I know you and Hui don't get along. Okay, Cho? But I just want you to know that I care about your brother a lot. And that I will take care of your family. I will take care of Hui. and I will take care of Vin because you asked me about he and Vin, your brothers, okay? So Dylan, he really cared about them a lot. And then I never asked about them again, and Dylan also refused to answer. But at the time, okay, so I'm just saying, but me and Vin at the time had been getting into a lot of fights. Suddenly, mysteriously, unknowingly. Why? So Vin, up until this point, was very mean to me, and he was like pulling a fast one on me. He was calling me stupid. He was saying, no, Cho, no, that's not how it is. You got it all wrong. Okay, so this is this, and this is this. Do you understand? Okay. And he would just do stuff like that. And he would just like wasn't like the same Vin that I used to know. He used to be, no, it's okay, Cho, I got it. No, I'll do it. I know what I'm doing. Oh, I can pay. I'll pay for you. And so I was just, okay, yeah, sure. So for me, I don't know how to retell Vin's jokes because Vin was like advanced. Vin was like really smart when he told his jokes. Like Vin was like this type of like gangster. Vin was like a very, very, very different type of gangster. Like he was like a very funny gangster. Like he was like a nerd. Not necessarily a nerd, but he was just like a nice kid. Like he was just a nice, gentle kid that was just really smart at like telling gangster jokes. So just think like that kid from Home Alone. So that kid from Home Alone, there you go. Thank you, Cloud. So Vin was like this kid from Home Alone who's just like a nice, innocent American kid that just knew how to tell fucking gangster jokes in like a really funny way. So Home Alone, I guess they told one or two funny gangster jokes, and then all the other ones were just fake jokes just because America did not like that movie. Because someone was actually trying to break into the house. Like, they could not make that movie anymore, which was a real live recorded movie, is what Dylan is saying. And so someone tried to break into the house, so they could not record that movie anymore, and it was like a hostage situation. It was a real hostage situation, and they got all of it on camera. Okay, so Vin is like that kid, cute, innocent, gentle kid that just knew how to tell gangster jokes. So Vin is like that. So, but all of a sudden, it's always, no, Cho, you're so stupid because like blah 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 blah, and all of a sudden he's different. Okay. So the reason why I had to ask Vin, I was like, Vin, like, what do you think of the war between South Korea and Japan? What do you think of the Japanese princess getting married to the Japanese emperor? And then he gave me like a really, really mean look. Like every Japanese man would, right? It was like a typical Japanese man's fucking look. And then he turned away and he just ignored me and my sister for the rest of the fucking night. And he wouldn't talk to any of us. He would not fucking do it. It was the meanest look I ever received from my fucking brother. And the reason why I was like curious, I was like, yo, what do you think, man? You wanna know why? Because I think they're talking about me. Dude. Obviously, I got married to Cloud Strife. Oh, I'm the princess of the kingdom of heaven, and all of a sudden Japan's gonna get married now? That bitch kind of looked like someone I know too. Who the fuck does she look like? I don't know. I just don't remember. She's just someone that I met before, who was like a pretty Asian girl. And then they turned her into a princess and they called her a fucking bitch and then kicked her out of fucking Japan. They were talking about me. So then I asked Vin and he didn't say anything. He just gave me a really mean fucking look. And he called me fucking stupid and he turned away. And he just had like a really angry look like the whole night. And he never talked to me again. Okay? I was like, what the fuck? This shit is so fucking important for me to, like, know about, and you're gonna act like that in front of my face, okay? Right? And so then I had to turn to my sister, who was also being mean to me, by the way. So they were taking turns being rude to me, okay? During the South Korean Japan war, okay? And so I was like, okay, Vin's just gonna ignore me, so I'm just gonna talk to my sister, the one that was always talking to me about how Mexican people think I'm mentally ill, okay? So I was like, so Min, what's your favorite Pokemon? Mine's Vulpix. And then she started laughing, and she had the cutest laugh ever. And then she said, my favorite Pokemon is Snorlax. And then I started laughing really hard because, like, Snorlax is like such a cute Pokemon to like. You know what I mean? To make that your favorite fucking Pokemon. And I've never heard that before. I've never heard anyone say that Snorlax was like their favorite Pokemon. Maybe it was going around. Some people said that before. And but my sister, she said that, and she just had like such a fitting, like such a perfect personality, and such like a cute voice, and such a cute laugh that would make the whole entire thing very cute. And my sister, she's very, very fast, and because she's like a literal god, so she was just really cutesy, like an anime character, like just so cute about it. And that was the only time that I ever talked to my sister. And then she and I never, ever, 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 ever talked to each other ever again. And then it was back to the Iranian war where one sentence is nice and then the other 3 are mean. And then one sentence is nice and then the next 5 sentences are mean. One comment is nice and then the next 15 comments are mean. Stuff like that. Okay? So I know that it was kind of a long story. But that was the only time that me and my sister, that was the only time I ever really got to ask my sister a personal question. And then she told me that it was Snorlax, which is a very, very cute answer. And I was very happy. I was very happy to see and to hear the way that she has said it. It's kind of like seeing how royal, not royal, but how like cutesy Starfire is, or like how cutesy like an anime character is. It was nice. It was very pleasant to see. It was fantastic. I really liked seeing and hearing that. And then after that, I never, ever, ever, after that day, I never, ever, ever, ever saw my sister and my younger brother ever again until recently when I went to jail and my sister decided to move up here and to in a way protect my family in a very, very reverse psychological way, I guess, or like in a very hostage situation way. I don't know. In a very like all men are good and all women are the root of all evil type of way. But so that was the only time that me and my sister have ever really talked to each other. So the first time that my sister has ever talked to me was when I was in like junior year, third year or senior year, in my final year of high school, and even in college. Okay, so the first time that my sister ever talked to me, she told me about that some Mexican man named Jose who wanted to date my sister and how he wanted to have sex. and how he thinks I'm mentally ill and how I need to be taken away from the family. And that has been the only thing she's ever really said to me repeatedly ever again until I started dating Dylan and Cloud Stripes, which is a very long time. Probably like 20 years. 20 years. Wait. 15, 20 years. Wait. Actually 35 years wait is what Dylan is saying. You waited your entire life for this, Joe. This is the first time in 30 years. It's not 15 years. It's the first time in 30 years. Don't underestimate how long that really was. Okay? I was like, wow, like the first time I ever got to talk to my sister when she talks about Mexican people, some man named Jose? What the fuck? And then she was talking to me about how he's trying to get her to sell illegal drugs. And then she invited me to go to a restaurant because I dated Dylan. And then we didn't get to talk much there either. And then that was it. All I said was too, like, you're really good at food. Like, you're just really good at food. Like, everything you do, it just tastes good. And now, by now, we all know the reason why her food tastes good is because she can just use magic like a god. Like a zero negative positive god to make food taste good out of nowhere. Like she's like a alchemist, right? So my sister is a literal real full metal alchemist. She can just snap her fingers and all of a sudden like the food would just taste good. Okay? So she's a literal god who can do that, so that's why. I just said, that was the only thing I said, oh, your food tastes good. But I always tell her that. If we go to... And it's not that often. It's not that often either. She and I have only eaten together like 3 times. Out of 35 years. And I just tell her every single time, yo, too, your food tastes really freaking good. For some reason. How come mine doesn't taste good and yours does? Oh, it's because, Joe, you don't know how to use magic. You don't know how to use magic. Oh, okay, I get it now. Great. So anyways, and then she took me out to that restaurant and we talked about Snorlax, and then we never talked to each other ever again. Sometimes she would text me, yo, that guy thinks you're fucking crazy. And then, so my sister opening that door though, okay, so my sister that today opening that door though, and then talking to me, that's like the first time ever. That is like the first time it has ever freaking really happened. Like, you guys have seen my sister on camera at least like 5 to 10 times by now. How many times did I talk to my sister? How many times did I talk to my sister? Men, you're so funny. You're literally so funny too. And then she would just say thanks, and then she would just walk into her room and close her door. She didn't carry on the conversation. She didn't say, Cho, how's your day? Like, how's your boyfriend? Like, how are your friends? How are your family? What are you doing these days? Oh my God. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm the one starting the conversation, and she might answer. And she might give me an answer. But it's always a negative. It's always gonna be a negative, and it's never a fucking positive because of that bitch ass fucking Jose. No. No. Cho, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're dumb. You're stupid. You're fucking dumb. I need to call the police. I need to call the fucking police. Damn, dude, there was like, they tased my fucking throat, dude. Damn, there was like an electric shock in my fucking throat, dude. Full Metal Alchemist style. Like, I got fucking choked by Darth fucking Vader, dude. Fuck, I had a cough. So anyways, and you guys have seen it before, like, that's all my sister has ever fucking said to me, and that is not a proper argument. I mean, that's not a proper conversation. It's a fucking argument. And I'm talking to Mexican people. I'm talking to fucking Jose. I'm talking to fucking Zanjad. I'm talking to David fucking Ranchos, and he sold his soul to the devil, the slur. Oh, because he really likes Von. He moved to Texas to look for Vanessa. Okay, David. Well, you did that. I got fucking married to Jenny. So. And Von's already mine, so whatever, dude. What a dumb fuck. So anyways, you ended up fucking single, moving out to fucking Texas, and we all fucking knew, David. You moved out to Texas to look for Von. And we all knew you were fucking single. And no one gave a fuck about you. No one cared about you. We all just wanted you to fucking die. In the worst way possible. Just fucking leave. Try to rub this whole entire Von thing in my fucking face. Von's mine. I got married to Von already. And then while you were in Texas, I got married to fucking Jenny. So. And then I got Jenny married to fucking Dylan. So, talk about Von all you fucking want. Keep fucking dreaming. Because now I know exactly what you don't have in life. I knew exactly what happened to you. David. So anyways, my mom said that was fucked up. She actually fucking said that shit, dude. So anyways, so anyways, yeah, I just love Von. I was just like, man, that's my wife. That's my girlfriend. That's my best friend, dude. So anyways, yeah, so if you have watched a lot of my videos, especially in recent years where my sister has recently appeared, she's always talking to my mom, and there's most likely speaking in Vietnamese. And my sister's very nice to my mom, but sometimes she has to be mean because women are the root of all evil. Right? So, but other than that, like, a lot of times, my mom and my sister on camera get along. But my sister, she actually talks to my mom like the way she talks to me. And it does happen. It does happen. So when you see my sister talk to me like that, she does talk to my mom like that. It does, in fact, happen. And it happens every week. It happens every night. And sometimes my sister tries to be nice. Okay? So, and in every single video, you have seen my sister ignore me completely. She does not talk to me. And she talks to everyone around me except me. Okay? And this is a reality. This is real. This is real. This is real. Okay? Talking about survival is not a really real conversation. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, Joe, do you want some grapes? Sorry, because Cloud Strife brought it up and so did Dylan. That's not really a real conversation. That's her trying to make up for lost time, and that's her trying to be a little bit nice to me in the time being. I can watch the grapes and, like, you know, you can eat it. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. Right? She was very rarely ever like that back in the day. Like her giving me a fucking grape is kind of a new thing, by the way. It's actually kind of a new fucking thing. That's the first time she ever gave me a fucking grape. So, it's just because she's just kind of back in my life. Because, I've actually never lived... I guess I kind of have lived together with my sister, but maybe only for, like, 1 to 2 years, 3 years max, because she got kicked out of the house by Mexican people, because they did not want me to have young people in my life, and they only wanted me to have senors and senoritas in my life and in my house. And, you know how much Mexican men love mommy and daddy. They love mommy, they love papi, they love papa, they love grandmommy, they love granddaddy, they love grandmommy, they love granddaddy. And you can't forget about grandmommy and granddaddy. And you can't forget about grandmommy and then granddaddy. And then you also can't forget granddaddy and grandmommy. You can't forget about them. And you can't forget about grand. And you can't forget about grand. Mexican people always tell that fucking joke. So you like old people or something like that? So you a mommy and daddy boy? You're fucking Mexican, of course you are, senor. So anyways, Cloud Strife says that's what your means. It means senor. It means somebody like old people a lot. Who likes old people? The cosplayers? Oh, so there's like cosplayers pretending to be Cloud and Tifa. Probably just Sasuke Uchiha is what Cloud said. And he likes seniors a lot. So pretty much is Sasuke. That bitch Yor really does look like fucking Tifa. I mean, Yor really does look like freaking Sasuke Uchiha, right? With red eyes. With tossed fucking hair. And, it means that Watari and Kakashi and Jiraiya are missing from this anime. Or they're around. I don't know. I didn't watch that anime because it fucking sucked. Spy Family, by the way. But, I'm just letting you guys know about my sister. So every single time you have seen my sister around, and it seems like she and I are not talking, but that I am talking to Mexican people through her, it has always been that way since 1991. It has actually always been that way. And in fact, my sister has never really talked to me. It was my other sister, Fong. And then that was it. But for some reason, I just have like this idea. It just feels like people think that I've talked to my sister more often. I'm just getting that idea, but my sister said, Cho, it's been a really, really long time. And she opened the door and she said, you guys, me and my sister have never, ever talked to each other before. And when we do, it's because Mexican people are talking to our family. And Chinese people are talking to our family. And that's it. We're not allowed to talk to European people. Because America won't let us, by the way. Ooh. But because Mexico and China and Japan and India will also not let us talk to European people. Ooh! I fucking hate European people, dude. I fucking hate them. Alright, you guys can just keep them out of my fucking life. I fucking hate European people. The only time I started meeting European people was when I dated fucking Dylan, dude. That shit was fucking disgusting. They were blonde haired. They were blue eyed. I guess. What are you doing here? Who invited her? Did you invite her? Did you invite her? Ew. She's so fucking ugly. What are you, high or something? Yeah, I think she's high. She's high. I'm not gonna talk to her. Let's go. That bitch is fucking high. What the fuck? I've never met anyone like this before. Where'd he come from? Oh, he's European. European? Yeah, he's from the UK. He's not American like us, right? We're bros. You're the sister, I'm the fucking bro. You always gotta fucking remember that. We're American. We're true American. I was in the Vietnam War. You always gotta remember that. American men love Vietnam. We were all over Vietnam in the Vietnam War. I remember back in Nam. I was way back in Nam. And we used to do all kinds of things. Because we just love Vietnamese women. American men just love Vietnamese women. We're the land, home of the free. You can have anything you want in America. You can have hot dogs. You can have a hamburger. You can have a fucking lollipop. You can have ice cream. You can have a water balloon. You can hit me with it. I don't give a fuck. We're fucking American. Fuck yeah. Ew. The fuck you mean she's your fucking sister? What the fuck do you mean you fought in the Vietnam War? You're white. Why were you in the Vietnam War? Real conversation, by the way. I fucking hate European people. I will never, ever talk to European people ever again for as long as I live, dude. Please don't talk to me about European people, dude. Fucking sugar, fucking spaghetti, pizza, Little Caesars. Domino's is now open from 4 to 9. And at 7:20. And then you can buy pizza for $7.20 fucking cents. Fuck Little Caesars, dude. Fuck Europe. But, yeah, so through my sister, I only talk to, like, Mexican people and, like, Chinese people or whatever. And we don't really talk to European people. And you guys can just fucking keep that fucking skank away from us. But, so Dylan is saying a lot of people are gonna recognize that personality. It was awful, dude. Like, European people are terrible, awful people, dude. I fucking hated that bitch. A lot of people got hella fucking mad at him, dude. Trying to out me for being fucking on drugs and drunk all over the fucking whatever and shit because they refused to allow America to ban alcohol and then they legalized fucking drugs and shit like that. And they knew and they purposefully targeted my best friend to get me on drugs is the story. And that's how I got on drugs with my best friend John Lynn. And in a lot of alternative universes, the American government and the American people actually, so white American people were like, oh my god, Cho, are you addicted to drugs? Yeah, I'm kind of sick. I've been like on drugs for like a really long time. you know, we can help you. We can take you to like rehab. We can give you like, you know, we can pay for your housing. You can live on government assistance programs. And you and your best friend Jonathan, you guys can live together because you guys are a victim of drug trafficking. So we can take care of you, and you know, you can have some white American nurses and doctors, you know, come in and out of your house, and we can give you a checkup, and you and your family and you and your friends, we'll take care of you guys. So that happened in an alternative universe. Okay, so you know how Bill Gates is the greatest doctor in the world, and you know how he talks to me? Okay, so that actually happened. Okay, and Donald Trump, you know, he sometimes, I'll talk about medicine and cures, and he would talk to me. So this reality does exist in an alternate reality, and that's how American people are. So they were really nice to me, and they're like, you know, Cho, you know, drugs, you know, they're not so good for you, so you need to stop. Stuff like that, you know, and they really care. Whereas European people are really different. Like they're out on the European people are out on American streets. Fuck Trump! Fuck Trump! Fuck Trump! He's fucking racist! He's a racist. Trump is a racist orange. Ha 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 ha. Like shit like that. Is she high? Yeah, she's high. Ew, and she's Asian too. Let's get out of here. I don't like Asian people. I don't like white people. Like shit like that. And it's kind of like, and they had like the ugliest, like they were so fucking ugly, dude. Like they're uglier than like Noah Schnapp. Like they're so fucking ugly. Like they're uglier than Benedict Cumberbatch. Like they're uglier than like European people are crazy fucking ugly white people, dude. Like they're like uglier than like Hercules, dude. They're uglier than Hercules, dude. Like they typically have like Hercules type like shaped faces. They're like, what do you call those again? Like Goonies? Like the movie Goonies? That's actually a European movie, by the way, because there was like that Christopher Columbus boat that came over to America. That yeah, so that boat was actually a European boat, is what Klaus Drive said, and it's a European movie. So like European people, they kind of like Goonies, and they kind of look like Hercules in the Disney movie. They're so fucking ugly, dude. But the reason why, okay, so Hercules is already hella fucking ugly, dude. It's traumatizing to look at Hercules already. But like it's like their skin texture. Like their skin texture is like really weird. Like they have like these like weird like red like blemishes on their skin. It's so weird. Like you can just tell looking at his skin for some reason that he's just easy to fucking anger. And it's not even just his skin texture, but you can see it like in his eyebrows and in like his face, and like he's like his face is turning red out of freaking anger. You know what I'm talking about? It's like super freaking creepy. But anyways, yeah, so I've never met European people before until I met Dylan. And that was really weird. And I just kind of hope that I never ever have to see those people ever again. Because I'm American. And, you know, 4th of July is just, none of us want to see you guys. Like, just don't come by us, for real, we'll kill you. Under the American law, the Second Amendment, you guys come by, we will fucking kill you. We will fucking kill you. Especially if you're European. So anyways, yeah, so anyways, my sister, yeah, they're the reason why I went to fucking jail too. Oh my god, I went to jail and I actually freaking met European people, dude. They were so fucking racist, dude. They were so fucking racist and so fucking judgmental, and like, It was like impossible to talk to that bitch, dude. They don't listen to anyone fucking talk. It was awful because when I was talking to European people, when I went to jail at the mental illness hospital, and when I went to jail again, it was always, yeah, so the reason why I went to jail is because I was just taking some Tylenol, and then what had happened? Stop right there. Stop right there. That is enough. That is enough. I don't need to hear more from you. I already fucking know what happened. And then that was it. And then they will say, but, and then they will start just like talking to like Mexican people. And then, so like European people would just talk to me like that, okay? And then afterwards they would turn to the Mexican girl. White European people would turn to the Mexican girl. And then he would say, so go on, miss. What did you have to say? Well, what had happened at the report here that I have to give you is that we have recorded everything she has done here at the mental illness hospital. And we have every single sentence recorded. We have every single action recorded. And here you can see at 8:27 in the morning, she woke up and she just laid in bed and she didn't do anything here at this mental illness hospital. And she, for the whole day, did not talk to anyone. And then afterwards, at 3:27, she talked to one of her bunkmates, and she said, because her bunkmate asked her if she can put makeup on her, and then she said she did not want to wear the makeup. Hey, can I put some makeup on you? Oh no, I just don't really want to wear makeup. And then afterwards at dinner, she refused to eat dinner, and then she talked to one of her other bunkmates, and then she said blah 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 at this time, and then she said blah 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 at this time, and then she would just go down on the time. She will go August 27th 2025, whatever. She said she was super fucking racist, and she said she hates all Mexican people. And then we observed her behavior, and then it seemed to me that she felt no regret and no remorse that she told white people, the white doctor, that she hated all Mexican people. Min Chonan Wen, that very same day, just a few minutes later at timestamp 7:25, she said that it is illegal to be Mexican in America. All Mexican people are illegal immigrants, and there's no such thing as a green card. But I did my research, and it seems that a green card can be obtained, and that it is legal to be Mexican in America, and that she is just racist and does not have any remorse. And she has no conscience. And at the next day at 3:45, it seems to me that she has no conscious behavior of the fact that the doctors just don't like her and that they just don't trust her because she hates all Mexicans and she's just fucking racist. And she went on for an hour and 30 minutes. She went on for an hour and 30 minutes. That European man, okay, who looks like Queen Elizabeth, who looks like, okay, super fucking evil, by the way. For my mental illness evaluation, I gave them a 5-minute story. And then all of a sudden, all he said was, stop. Enough. I think I've heard enough from you. And it was just 5 minutes. And he listened to that Mexican girl talk for an hour and a half before he interviewed me for mental illness. And then he turned to her and he said, it seems to me like that you are correct. That dirty Vietnamese girl is fucking racist. She's mentally fucking ill. She can only tell a lie. Everything she said does not make sense. She's fucking racist. And we need to get rid of her. So I need you to sign this paper. And I will sign this paper. And she needs to sign this paper. And we need to file and send this paperwork and our findings to the American Court of Law to prove that she's mentally ill and that she has no right to think for herself and that she needs to be put in conservatorship. She is not fit for the public eye in America. The end. We're finished. We're done. Get the fuck out of my sight. I don't fucking like you. And then, I just fucking left. And then, those two sat in that room for another 2 hours talking to each other about me and how they don't fucking like me and how they think I'm fucking crazy. So the second I walked out that door, Klaus Streff was like, I fucking hate that guy, dude. Oh my god, I fucking hate him, Joe. Joe! I fucking hate him, dude. Okay, so listen to me, Joe. So that guy is not a real doctor, dude. So that guy is part of like the entire like Queen Elizabeth like fucking program, and Queen Elizabeth fucking hates me, dude. She knows who I am, and she's also a problem for me. Okay, Cho. So you actually, Cho, like, so you actually had to come out here and you actually had to meet their people because they really wanted to meet you since a long time ago. Like the whole entire Prince Harry and Meghan Markle thing was kind of really a big deal to European people than you think. So they knew Harry Potter, they knew Cho Chang, they knew about all of that, and even the Jesus Christ thing they fucking knew. They knew Klaus Streff was God, they knew Jesus Christ was your boyfriend, everything. Like, they knew everything, Joe. Like, I fucking hate Queen Elizabeth. Like, so just don't worry about what they fucking said, because we're gonna handle it, okay? So the reason why you had to go to jail for 3 years is because those people were crazy, not just to you, but to Britney Spears. They were crazy evil to Aaron Carter. They were crazy evil to Klaus Streff. They're crazy evil to your entire family, my entire family, our entire family, and everyone we know. Like, not just us, but they're crazy evil to everyone. They're not nice to anyone. Okay, Joe? So just go back to your room and we'll get you a real doctor. We'll get you a real doctor. You can talk to him. So that guy, okay, so when he left the building, he actually got fucking shot by the American police. So we actually fucking shot him when he left the building, and he knew that we called the fucking cops on him. And okay, so one of the information that I omitted was in that interview, Klaus Streff said, just tell them that Bill Gates, okay, is your personal doctor. And he said you're fine, and he believes you're fine. So I told him that. I was like, are you sure, Cloud? Because I've never really talked to Bill Gates before, except indirectly. So he talked to you on the internet. Okay, fine. He kind of did. Okay, so anyways, but it was indirectly though. Okay, fine. That's really like not talking, but he talked to you though. Okay, fine. So I was like, okay. You know how like America is like one nation under God? Well, that God is like Cloud Strife, and he told me to tell you that Bill Gates is my personal doctor, and that they have diagnosed me as a perfectly fine kid. Bitch, you're fucking crazy? I'm gonna write that in the fucking report. She's talking to voices in her fucking head, and she doesn't know who they fucking are. Sorry, I'm speaking American. I'm speaking American gangster. He was speaking like some sort of like fancy European. It was so awful. I've never really heard it before. And Cloud Strife said, so Cho, that guy, he's speaking a very strange English and it sounds terrible. And the reason why is because he's trying to create his own version of like an American accent or European, like United Kingdom accent of English language. And it just doesn't sound really good. So you've never heard it before, but that's why you don't like it, is because he's just trying to all of a sudden create his own accent out of nowhere. So he tried to sound really fancy, like, oh, I believe that you are crazy and you are mentally ill. Like, it wasn't like that, but it was crazy fucking evil. Like, it was rude. I don't remember, because I only heard him talk for, like, a little bit, because he wanted that Mexican girl to talk, because I wasn't good enough for him. So she was talking the most. Okay, so I don't really remember, but that guy was crazy fucking evil. What do you want, Trill Nguyen? You want sex? Zanjot is talking to you right now? That's why all of this is fucking happening? Fucking hate that guy, dude. That guy never fucking stopped talking, dude. Like, dad just always talks so fucking much, dude. Like, all dads, dude, just talk so fucking much. It's always, oh, the mom just keep running her fucking mouth. And when it's kind of like, dude, like, the dads, dude. What the fuck do you mean? The woman's not allowed to fucking talk. It's a fucking law, dude. The fucking mean mom talks a lot. You dumb bitch. You don't even know your own fucking law. So anyways, so that European guy was super fucking crazy, and he was just like, oh, you're a crazy ass fucking bitch. You're a crazy ass fucking bitch. You're a crazy ass fucking bitch. Sorry guys, I was raised by American gangsters, so that's just, but just think like an ugly like European accent, like Australian or like United Kingdom. Like, they just round it off too much. You know what I'm talking about? And they refuse to fucking cuss because blah, 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 blah. I don't know. But, so Cloud Strife said, so Cho, you know how I told you to say Bill Gates said you're fucking fine? And Cloud Strife actually fucking talks like that. So Bill Gates, okay, Cho, so he actually called the police. He actually called the police to come to this place and to this mental illness hospital and to fucking kill him and to shoot him fucking dead. And that's why you never ever saw him ever again. And the reason why is because we just fucking killed him. And we just won't let him come back to this fucking he was Jewish. Oh yeah, he kind of looks like Bernie Sanders with like fucked up hair. Like curly, nasty curly ass fucking hair, dude. Like even curlier than fucking Hercules. Dude, it was nasty. It was like white with like black strands. And it was like curly and it was like gray and shit like that. It was nasty, his hair. Yeah, he looks like Dylan said, oh, he was having sex with like Diego Rodriguez. Yeah, he looks like it. He's half Mexican, half European. But, yeah, so, why am I talking about this again? Yeah, I don't remember why I was talking about being put in jail, going to the mental illness hospital. I was talking about how Europe, I'm not allowed to talk to Europe. What was it again, Cloud? Yeah, so he took away my memory because European people are mad at me for talking shit about them. But like those guys are they're really really crazy. Like they're like really really mean. And I can see why like European people are destined to go to hell. And I believe that Cloud Strife is right. And that those people that they don't have the right to any other life except the one that was convicted of them by the heavenly kingdom of guilty people who deserve to go to hell. And yeah, I don't remember why this has to do with my sister, Cloud. Like, you brought them up about my sister. What do European people have to do with that? Yeah, every single time Cloud brings up a new train of thought, like a new idea or a new point, like I always forget, I just cannot connect. Like, I don't know why this point is being made in connection to all of this. Cloud Strife was saying, man, like European people, why dang tick to Cloud Strife Cho, like European people just why dang tick, yes, yay tick Cho, like they don't like me. They're disgusting. They're disgustingly evil to me. Like, they treat me so badly. Like, European people, they hate me. They hate me, Joe. Like, European people, they hate me, dude. They told me to go back to the fucking slums and to live in the fucking dumpster and to eat from the fucking trash can. Like, European people, why dang tick to Cloud Strife. They why dang tick is what he's saying. And he's speaking in Vietnamese. So why dang tick means like they were gravely evil. Like it was not gravely evil, it's like, so why, so Cloud Strife saying why means like a lot, like wow, like wow, a lot. So why dang tick, so why means like wow, like big, like ginormous, like oh my god, that was surprising and shocking, right? Dang means like cursed, like it was cursed, it was evil. So why dang tick, wow, it was like evil, like they were really fucking evil. Why dang tick. And tick means like the truth, like really evil is what he was saying. So I don't speak Vietnamese. I don't speak Vietnamese that much. Yeah, I've never really heard anyone else speak Vietnamese before, right? I mean, I don't speak Vietnamese to Vân, Minxie, Jenny, Linda. I don't speak Vietnamese to my church school friends. In Vietnamese church school, we were like, we don't speak Vietnamese here. We are not gonna speak Vietnamese here. We speak English at the school. We are not gonna teach you guys to speak Vietnamese. Like, not even there. Not even there. And then Darren Dow was like, we can just speak English. You guys don't need to speak Vietnamese to nobody, not even me. So we're just gonna speak English here. So I only speak Vietnamese to like my parents, and then like no one else. So like when Alex Riffenberg and like Cloud Strife and like Lucifer and even Dylan like speak Vietnamese to me, I was like, wow, I've never heard anyone talk like that before. Like, Wat Dang Tiek. Like, Wat Dang Tiek. It was like crazy evil. Like, they were like crazy evil to me, dude. Like, they were like gravely evil to me, which is different. It was what Cloud Strife was saying. So gravely and like Wat Dang Tiek are not, it's not like an accurate like description. What it really means, like wow, like Like, wow, 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 wow. Like, cursed evil. Dang, like, they were, like, crazy fucking damning me. Like, to, like, the worst things. Like, what antic. So, anyways, do you want to talk about something else? Because I hate speaking Vietnamese, dude. I mean, it sounds good when you speak it, but it doesn't sound that good. Vietnamese does not sound that good. Well, Joe, you know, I could make it sound really good, is what Cloud is saying. I don't know. But what was the point, man? I'm not trying to make this video that long. I was trying to end it. An hour ago. It's 2 hours and 5 minutes. I was like, oh, I just need to get to the next point and I'm done. And then Klaus brings up another fucking point and I'm at like 2 hours, dude. Is there anything else you want to say? He's speaking Vietnamese again. He's saying it again, dude. What ang tick? What ang tick is what he's saying. So, that's so funny. He said you have to spell it with a Q. Q-U-A for qua. Qua dang tick. Dang is probably D-A-N-G. And then tick is T-I-E-C. Because Klaus Trev is saying, like, people are asking him, asking Cloud if he can teach them Vietnamese. So he taught them that one. I don't really want to learn Vietnamese, dude. Why? Because I'm sick and tired of the dirty Vietnamese, dude. Like, oh my god, like, it's not necessarily that today that kid brought that thing up or anything like that, but we're talking about, what was that kid? Marlene. Okay, we're not talking about Marlene, okay? So the reason why is because a lot of people who speak Vietnamese are just really, really evil. And by evil, I mean, have you guys ever seen the third world country of Vietnam? Have you guys ever seen it on the news before? It's pretty bad. The food, the people are starving and dark skinned. Like the houses are built from evil. If you had the ability to build a fucking house, why didn't you do a better fucking job? This is like fucking Chinese. These are Chinese fucking houses. You could have made it bigger. Oh, it's because you don't have enough land. Unbelievable. They're eating fucking worms. They're eating cockroaches. They're eating fucking cow vagina, organs, eyeballs. They're eating fucking hair. Like, part of the reason why I don't like learning the Vietnamese language is because not only does Vietnam already look like that, but that people speak Vietnamese like that too. So I'm just saying, like, if you guys are learning Vietnamese, just definitely be careful, because like they can say some really, really nasty things. Like, you know how they say, oh, Vietnamese people talk a lot of shit? And they always say, oh, at the nail salon, okay? So let's just not, they always talk about the nail salon. It's actually not even true. Like, Vietnamese nail technicians, dude, like, wow. Have you ever met Vietnamese people before? What do you mean that bitch was talking shit about you? Nah, you're talking shit about her, dude. What the fuck? I heard that for many, many years, and like, I finally I'm gonna come to like the conclusion. I'm gonna say, nah, you guys were talking shit about her, dude. Oh my god, have you ever seen a Vietnamese nail technician before, dude? Damn. That girl was fucking pretty. So anyways, but but when they say, oh, like Vietnamese people, like they talk a lot of shit, you guys, like just be careful out there. And I just kind of dread talking to Vietnamese people. I don't enjoy it. I would prefer to just speak English. Why? Because you can just talk to Cloud Strife. You can talk to Cloud. You can talk to Dylan, Lucifer, Alex. Like, you can talk to Brad Pitt. You can talk to Johnny Depp. You can talk to Johnny Depp, dude. You can talk to who? Christian Bale. You can talk to Ichigo Kurosaki. Like, you can talk to Violet Evergarden, dude. Like, you can talk to those people in English. Like, why would you learn Vietnamese just to talk to fucking Sasuke Uchiha? Talk to the worms that he fucking eat? The cockroaches that he's trying to fucking feed you? The naked people of Vietnam? The terrible traffic system in Vietnam? Oh my god, it's awful, dude. The ugly ass houses in Vietnam, like why? Like why đáng tiếc? Like why would you want to learn Vietnamese just so that you can understand what Japanese people are saying? Like in my opinion, I just wouldn't give a fuck. I would just not give a fuck and just hang out with Englishmen and hear what they have to say. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Cloud Strife speaks great Vietnamese, but I mean, I've just spent so many years not speaking Vietnamese to anyone except for like old people that, oh my god, like all of the most nasty, disgusting uncles, all the most nasty, disgusting like Vietnamese uncles, Unk Slop. Like the nasty, disgusting unk slops of Vietnam. Like, I just dread hearing Vietnamese and speaking it all the fucking time. So, I mean, yeah, I guess it was cool. I like hearing Cloud say Wat Antic. But he said Waka Teru. Okay, he said it different, but whatever, dude. I cannot. Like, Cloud Strife is, like, so advanced with, like, talking. Like, he's just, like, really, really good at, like, singing, pronouncing words, raising his the level of his voice, lowering it, the control of his voice, like, the control of his, like, pronunciation. Sound, accents, sentence structures. Like Cloud of Strife is just like crazy good at his voice. So I can't always like copy him, but he's just really good at it. He's just so smart. Like what was that song? Fuck Your Man. Like fuck your man. Like that's a very, for me, that's a very, very difficult accent to replicate. Maybe because I've never really tried it before. Like he's even like manipulating his voice to be like a bit higher pitched and like a bit softer. You know what I'm talking about? Like that, and then like the tips of like the words and like the sentences and like the what would you call that, octaves of it, kind of like the wave is what I was thinking, like the wave of like the like the way he pronounces these words. He just does like a really good job. I've never heard anyone talk like that before, but Cloud did a really good job, right, guys? Cloud Strife is like a fucking genius. So anyways, okay, so Cloud was saying that he just kind of wants to have like a normal, regular conversation right now because he just really likes my sister a lot. because my sister is kind of his wife. My sister is his wife, and I am his wife, and we all have like a bunch of different freaking clones, and like he's married to like all of us in that way. And I've never heard of that plan before. No one has ever said it before, but I heard it for the first time from Cloud Strife, Alex, Lucifer, and Dylan. And they were saying, you know, if your wife gets cloned, if your husband gets cloned, if your children gets cloned, you have to keep all of them in the family, and you have to take good care of them, and you have to and you have to stay married to each and every clone that was created, because they are still family. So Cho, your sister and you are literally the exact same person, just made into 2 different clones, and both of you are my wife. So your sister too is actually just, so that girl is actually just fucking Cho. Just Cho with a different name, different personality. Kind of similar actually, if you know her. If you know my sister, or you know just how funny and cute she is, but you don't know what she's like. She has like a very cutesy personality. She kind of has like a type of Eren Yeager type of personality, but a bit more girly. Like she has like a girl version of that, if you know what I'm talking about. So not necessarily like Eren Yeager, but if you see like Eren Yeager kind of tell like a very funny joke, it's kind of like that. Kind of like. So my sister, you know how Snorlax is like her favorite Pokemon? So my sister is kind of like a stuffed animal Eren Yeager, wearing like that little dog-eared fucking hoodie. That little like baby, like that little baby. Like that little baby, like little romper with like the little doggy head, like the little hooded ears. Like my sister had like that type of personality of like Eren Yeager. It's just super cute, and it's super freaking funny. So yeah, I love my sister. It's just unfortunate that every single time I'm talking to my sister, I'm actually really talking to some ugly, nasty, disgusting, stinky, pussy Mexican man. You know what I mean? Yeah. But my sister's really cool. But I'm just saying though that like my sister, she opened the door and she was like, it's been a really long time. Like this is like the first time I've ever talked to my sister before. Like I told you guys, I've never really talked to her before. And that has been pretty shocking. So, I've only talked to my sister once. Maybe twice. We'll just say twice. Okay? 1. 2, like you're really good at cooking. Like your food tastes really good. 2, actually, number 2. 2, how come when we go to a restaurant and your food tastes better than mine? What's going on here? I don't know. It just happened to be that way, dude. And then that was it. And then the 3rd time, so the both times is about food. Food at home, and then food when we go out. And then the conversation ends, and then we never ever talk to each other again. Okay? And then the 3rd time that I ever talked to my sister was about Pokemon. And we were talking about Snorlax and Vulpix, and then that was it. And then never again. Like, food is like basic. Like one of the most basic things to talk to your family, like, ever. It's always food, water, electricity, right? So in a way, I guess food is like the standard. Hey, are you hungry? Yeah, blah, 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 blah. And that's it. Like, my sister has never asked me, hey, are you hungry? Let me go get you something. It has never really happened before. It has never happened. It was always, hey, can you make me something? Why can't you do it? I just want you to do it. Okay, fine, I'll do it then. And then she gave it to me. I was like, yo, you. I just wanted to see, like, how it tastes, because your food always look better than mine, but it tastes really freaking good. Yeah, I'm really good at cooking, obviously. Yeah, how'd you learn how to cook? I don't know, I just freaking know. Like, I just freaking know. And then that was it. And then she's like, I gotta go. I just gotta go. Bye. And then she would just leave me. She would never come back for like the next 10 fucking years. I just wouldn't see that bitch for the next 10 fucking years. And then she would come back home for high school graduation. And then we would go to a restaurant and I'm like, hey, this is my fucking graduation. Why does your food taste better than mine's? I don't know, Joe. I just don't know. And then that was it. She was like, no, my food doesn't taste better than you. Or she would say, hey, they're not treating me better than you. They're not treating me better than you. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. And then that's it. It's not really a conversation. It was super fucking rude. Right? Hey, it's 2:21, dude. It was so fucking rude, right? So anyways, hatred, anger, murder. 2:21. And 31 minutes. Seconds, sorry. So anyways, yeah, so, and then, so just those 2 times, I feel like it's not really a conversation. Like, it was, like, really rushed. I guess it is. But that's it. I mean, do you guys really... That's, like, a minute. I only talked to her for a minute. Like, both times. Hey, can you make me... Can you make me, like... Can you make that for me? Ew, why can't you make it? Because I want you to make it for me, because you make it different. Like, you... That actually looks really freaking good. Like, you just do it different for me. So, can you make it for me? Okay, fine, I'll make it for you. But don't fucking talk to me while I'm making it for you. Hey, this tastes really good. How'd you do it? So you just gotta add in some lemon. And then a couple of these sauces and that's it. Yeah, but when I do it, it doesn't taste the same as yours. Like, yours just tastes better. I don't know, Cho. Anyways, I gotta go by. And then that was it. And then the second time it was like around graduation time. My graduation party got canceled. And then my sister decided to take me out. Fong. She's like, Cho, okay, so someone tried to cancel like your graduation party, but I'm your sister, Cho. So I'm gonna throw you a graduation party, and it's the least I can do, given what we have to work here today, okay, Cho? So we're just gonna go take you to that one Vietnamese restaurant, because you know we're Vietnamese, so we're gonna go there, and the food there is pretty good for Vietnamese food, and you know that's our family's restaurant, by the way, our family's restaurant. So we get to go there, and I'll pay for everything because you're my little sister, is what Fong would say to me. I was like, okay, Fong, thank you. So, I was miserable. Everyone hated me. And, I haven't talked to anyone in school for 4 years. It's been 4 years. And I haven't talked to anyone in school for 4 years. And then I graduated without any freaking friends. And, I didn't have any friends at my grad party, but my sister, she threw me a party and I was still miserable because I already didn't see her for like the past 20 years, by the way. Maybe like 3 times in the past 20 freaking years. Not a lot, okay? So, and it was Zan's fault. It was Zan's fault. And sometimes he feels bad and sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he need to see no fucking change. No direction. Just one way, and that's it. Jose. Okay? So anyways, so at my graduation party, they were bringing out the food, and my sister just had like a nicer looking plate of food once again. It's like, dude, too, like, why does your food always look good? By the way, like, don't you guys notice how beautiful her food freaking looks, like, all the time? How come her food always looks prettier than mine's, is what I would say. And then I'm like, dude, are they treating you better than me at these restaurants? And she's like, no, Cho, no, they're not treating me better than you at these restaurants. Shut up, don't fucking talk to me. And then that was it. Two, can you make this for me? No. Make it yourself. Just fucking make it for me. Fine, I'll do it. How'd you do it? I just added a lemon and some fucking sauce. Shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me anymore. Bye. That was it. Two, why does your... And then the second time, two, why does your food look so fucking good? Are they treating you better than me at the fucking restaurant? No! No, they're not. They're not. You're so fucking dumb. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. No, they're not. Bye. Don't fucking talk to me. And then the third time I ever talked to her was, hey, Tug, what's your favorite Pokemon? Snorlax. Like, she just had, like, the most childish, like, personality and, like, voice and laughter ever. And then it never happened again. Like, she still has it. She still has it when she talks to Fong, Thumb, Vin, Hui, Vun, Minxie, Trixie, Jenny, Linda, Truk, Lily. Like, she's still cool with them. She still have that baby ass fucking personality. Why not me? It's because it was fucking Zan's fucking fault. It was Aladdin's fucking fault hating on fucking Mulan, dude. Like, Aladdin was hella fucking hating on Mulan. And her entire fucking family, okay? So when I tell you that that's all me and my sister have ever said in our entire lifetime, it's actually the fucking truth. That was it. There you go. You can just probably even finish the whole entire thing in 1 minute. In 1 minute. Probably like 6 fucking sentences and then you're done. Hey, can you make it for me? No. Make it yourself. That's 2 sentences. Just make it for me. Fine, I'll make it for you. That's 4 sentences. How did you make it so fucking good? I don't know. I just added sauces and that was it. 7 sentences. Damn, too. Like, are they treating you better than me at their fucking restaurant? 8 fucking sentences. No, they're not. 9 sentences. Hey, too, what's your favorite fucking Pokemon? Or it's fucking Snorlax. And then that's it. You know, let's just make it 10 sentences. 10 sentences. 1 minute. You're done. There's a whole last 1 minute conversation in our entire fucking life. And then that's it. This is a true story. And this is reality. This is true reality. This actually fucking happened to me and my fucking sister. And every single other time she talked to me, it was about how I'm a crazy fucking bitch and Mexican people don't fucking like me. And how they want to put me in jail and then that's it. That's all she's ever fucking talked to me about. And their illegal fucking drugs. So, I think that's the point here. It's 2 hours, 29 minutes now. 2 hours and 29 minutes. So, yeah, guys. And, so when you guys saw my sister, yelling at me today. Okay, so recap. 1, my sister. Cloud, do you want to say anything? Okay, so Cloud said, go ahead. Cho. I was like, what? So go ahead and just finish. Just recap. Okay? So I'm just going to end and recap here And that's the thing. So I'm just going to tap on the most important elements. Okay, so 1, my sister was trying to close my Amazon account and call the police on me. So two stones for one victim. Okay, me. So 1, my sister was trying to. Sorry, I just keep repeating myself for some reason. Oh, it's a curse? Oh, my sister was talking about a fucking curse. What was the curse, by the way? Oh, so, Cloud Strife said that the curse that my sister was talking about is that they're just saying that I'm just fucking mentally ill. And that's a freaking curse. Okay, so 2:30, I'm going to start over. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I keep repeating myself, dude. Okay, so 1, my sister tried to close my Amazon account and call the police on me. 2, Amazon is illegally charging my mom $16 every single week. So someone is illegally charging her at the company, or someone is using her card to buy something. So my mom said someone is using her money illegally and spending it, and they're blaming it on me. They're buying sex toys. So Zanjot is buying sex toys for my mom, is what Dylan Farrell is saying. And Amazon knows. And so my mom is not buying it. Oh, okay. So Dylan Farrell saying my mom is buying it. And she's gonna give it to Dylan so that Dylan can give it to Chucky, so that Chucky can give it to Zan in the worst way possible. Okay, so that's what they're saying. So they spent apparently $16 every single week, and blaming it on me. And then in the third point is that my sister has never ever talked to me before, dude. And when she does, it's always about how Mexican people fucking hate me and think that I'm sick in the fucking head and want to put me in jail. And then just to recap for overall life, like me and my sister on personal family terms, I probably only spoke 10 sentences to each other, and that's it. Hey, can you make this for me? Can you cook this for me? No. Hey, why does your food taste better than me? I don't know. Hey, what's your favorite Pokemon? Snorlax. And then that's it. So that's number 4. That's the only thing we've ever said to each other. Well, that's actually probably number 5. So number 4? No, that's number 4, right? So sorry, Dylan was saying no, it's number 5. No, it's number 4. Number 5, just European people, just stay the fuck away from me. Cloud Strife, number 6. What antic? Oh my god, that bitch. Oh my god, there's crazy fucking evil to me. Like those guys are crazy fucking evil to me, dude. So Cloud Strife said that my phone, okay, so AI CGI, okay, so you guys need to know this. Okay, so AI CGI, okay, so you know how metal has a magnetic compass, magnetization, right? So what happened is that while I was talking about Cloud Strife and European people in a closing sentence, what happened is that my phone's magnetic aura pointed to my water bottle. Yeah, sorry, my room's not clean right now because the devil's saying if I clean my room, they're gonna fucking arrest me and put me in jail, okay? So Cloud Strife is saying so AI, CGI, and computers can actually freaking do that. So sometimes, like, you don't really notice it, but if all of a sudden, like, your phone just points to your fucking bag or, like, your fucking water bottle or key items in your room, it is because AI, CGI, computer technology is actually magnetizing and pointing to key items in your room when specific people come up for conversation to make a fucking point. And that's it. But and what? I know you don't fucking have that shit. First of all. And on top of that, Cloud Strife doesn't even fucking like you, dude. He talks shit about you in every single Final Fantasy game and in every single Kingdom Hearts game. So, what else don't you fucking have? How about that? Fucking skank. So anyways, that water bottle is mine to keep. And you can just keep on fucking begging us for free shit all fucking day. And you deserve to die in fucking hell. So anyways, so I learned how to say that through Cloud Strife. Because Zanjod was just talking shit about Dylan. And so Zanjod asked Cloud Strife for like a slur and an insult for Dylan Farrell's name. And then Cloud Strife said, die in hell. So I just learned that from them or whatever, and like, whatever, right? I'm not trying to like slur Dylan's name or anything. I just kind of spoke out of habit. And, so anyways, they're hella fucking insulted. That's an insult. Sorry, let me do it again. That's an insult. So they're trying to take away my power to mimic that guy. I can't really do it. That's an insult. Ugh. What do you mean, friends? You don't have friends? That's an insult. All I need is sex. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna fucking stop you. Have as much sex as you want. 10,000 BC. 1 million BC. 10 million BC. 20 million body count. 50 million body count. That's an insult. Whatever. Yeah, so anyways, I have friends. Right, Cloud? I like hearing his voice. Lucifer never talks anymore. Lucifer is so funny. So, Lucifer... Yeah, because a lot of people want to talk a little bit more because they know I'm not really going to make the video anymore. The end of the world is coming soon. Can you just talk a little bit more, please? Please, no one is doing it. No one is doing it. Just talk some more, please, dude. No one has talked in 30 fucking years. Like, I've never heard anyone just talk naturally, like, ever. This is like a fucking sleepover party, like, every fucking time at Cho's fucking house. Send me the emails, dude. Fuck. It's been 50, 30 years I haven't talked to anyone, dude. Dang. Please, just make it longer. That's what they're saying. So you guys already got the point. I might close it again. you know, but yeah, if you guys want to talk a little bit more, I guess I can talk a little bit more, because Cloud is saying, like, some people are saying, like, look, like, I just think, like, talking for just an hour to a fucking friend is not enough. 2 hours is just too short. Like, I feel like, you know, when my friend stopped talking to me after an hour and they just fucking leave, like, that just hurts my fucking feelings, dude. It hurts my feelings too. Like, as Chona Wind, like, when me and my friend only talk for an hour, that shit hurts my fucking feelings, dude. Like, I need 3 hours at least. 3 to 5 hours and I'm happy. But sometimes I need the whole fucking weekend just to fucking hang out with a fucking friend, dude. Maybe even the whole week. Like, a whole month. A whole year to live with a fucking friend, dude. But yeah, I feel like an hour conversation is, like, never enough. And, like, 2 hours, like, yeah, I guess. It just depends on, like, the time of the day. But, like, for me, like, I just feel like three hours at the very least is, like, a nice thing to do. For someone. Sorry, they sold their souls to the devil to get me to slur. So anyways, what did you want to say, Cloud? Oh yeah, Lucifer. So we'll just, people want to talk. Okay. So yeah, so Lucifer, do you want me to say it? Okay, so go ahead and say it. So Lucifer is saying a lot of people hate that, like, I never talk again, dude. Yeah, they slurred my voice, so, like, I was, like, off tone and, like, copying the way he was talking. So you guys can really feel like you guys are, like, talking to him in some way at the very least. Like, I really try to copy it all the time. I'm not always right. Correct. Accurate. Sorry, not always accurate at it. So Lucifer saying, yeah, so a lot of people, like, just really like me a lot. I'm just paraphrasing in my own way. And, they just really miss hearing me talk because they like me a lot. Do you want to say it, or should I say it? A lot of people are saying that Lucifer Hontick. And that no one really likes Lucifer. Oh, okay, so Lucifer saying, and that's all I just want to say. If you guys don't like Lucifer, then I don't have to fucking talk. I can just leave. You guys haven't heard me talking, like, how long? Him talking how long? Lucifer, how long has it been since we've heard you fucking talk? It's so funny because, like, I'm transitioning and I'm making mistakes now. Because he did not say... How long have you... Oh, you did? Oh, telepathic. That was telepathic. Sorry. Yeah, how long has it been since Lucifer talked? I don't even remember when Lucifer stopped talking. I feel like Lucifer hasn't talked since last year. Longer than that? Since, like, 2 years ago. Lucifer stopped talking around the time me and Dylan started talking. Exactly, is what he said. Yeah, so Lucifer stopped talking to me around the time that Dylan started talking to me. And Lucifer saying, I'm just fucking Dylan. Are you sure about that? So you're, like, blonde-haired and blue-eyed Dylan, or are you, like, a different fucking dude? Like a different, like, character model? Probably just a different character model. Probably just a different puppet. Same fucking Shadow Master. Yeah, that's what I thought. A lot of people are trying to stop anyone from hearing it. Yeah, okay, so Lucifer is not gonna fucking say it. So I'm not gonna fucking start repeating after him so you guys can hear it in his voice in some type of way. But so Lucifer kind of wants me to talk about that because a lot of people want to hear from Lucifer again because he won't fucking talk since I started talking to Dylan probably in 2024. So me and Lucifer stopped talking since 2 years ago. So me and Dylan started talking in 2024, just about. Oh, earlier than that? Oh yeah, kind of. No, I was talking to Sora. I was not talking to Dylan. There's a difference. You were hiding that information, so you were just fucking Sora at the time. So anyways, yeah, so the other day, Cloud Strife, he finally told the truth, and he said, "You guys, I'm actually not God the Father. I am the brother and sister in Christ." Okay? So what that means is that Aerith is actually my sister, and I am her brother, and I am not her father. And Dylan is my twin brother, and Linda is my sister, and Lucifer is my brother. So we're actually brother and sisters in Christ. Okay? But in a way, though, because Cloud Strife and Dylan and Lucifer and Aerith and Linda and Dark Pastel, okay, are all gods, that in a way he is still God the Father, because in a way he did create Linda, and in that way he did create Aerith and Dylan and Lucifer. And so in a way that still makes him their father, because he is still their creator. But that all of them are also creators, and they all created everything at the same time, as brothers and sisters in Christ, but as also as the father and the mother of the kingdom of heaven, is what Cloud Strife said. Okay? So in other words, Eren Yeager is actually equal to Cloud Strife. Aerith Gainsborough is actually equal to Cloud Strife. Lucifer is actually equal to Cloud Strife. Linda is actually equal to Cloud Strife. Dark Pastel is actually equal to Cloud Strife. Ariel is actually equal to Cloud Strife. Okay? So, after the day after that announcement had been made, Lucifer finally talked again in a really long time, and he still does talk, but like he doesn't really like explain things like Alex would or like Cloud Strife would. He just kind of comments just to say, "Hey, I'm still here, but I just don't really feel like talking anymore." Okay, but he's still around. But Lucifer said, "So in the Bible, I was known as the Son of God who had gotten kicked out of the kingdom of heaven, and that I had betrayed all of humanity, and I had taken a third of the angels, and that I had dragged them to hell." And that is actually not true, because I was never the son. I was never the Son of God, and that was actually a complete lie. And in reality, Lucifer is actually God the Father. Okay? So there are actually a lot of people who actually knew that Lucifer is God the Father, and that Lucifer is actually God's real name, and that God's name is actually Lucifer. But a lot of people tried to drag Lucifer to hell because he is God the Father, and so they created a lie in which Cloud Strife is the only father, and that Lucifer is the son, just to spread lies and misinformation, just to do that sort of thing. And that Lucifer hated Cloud Strife more than anyone as the son, and that he collected a third of the angels to kill Cloud Strife, and that Cloud Strife was so powerful that he kicked Lucifer his favorite son, one's favorite son, and all of the angels out of the kingdom of heaven, and he threw them in hell because they were evil and that they tried to kill God the Father as the Son. And that's what Lucifer said. So Lucifer is now speaking again, and he's giving more information. He's saying, and that type of rumor and that type of gossip reflects the people of this world and how they think. And so in a way, all fathers, all dads on earth are all evil, if that makes sense. And that all fathers on earth want their children to die. And they're trying to prove that the father is innocent. And that all children are evil. All children are the root of all evil. And that they deserve to die. And that the father has the right to kill his children and to abuse them. And that children do not have rights, is what Lucifer said. And that is why that story was created. And that is why that story was told. And it was because humanity believes that the Father should live and that he should conquer the world and that he should win, and that all children should die because all children are the root of all evil. And the reason why the information in which children are the root of all evil has been censored is because a lot of men had lost the trust of children, and that children did not trust men anymore, and that children had grown to hate men and to have abandoned men and to have become a bit more trustworthy of women and a bit silent of women who were more likely to protect them and more likely to be nicer to them and to be softer with children. And so the era of men saying that children are the root of all evil had disappeared, because men were afraid and hurt that they had lost the trust of children when that announcement had been made. Yeah, I remember that now that you mention it. Children are the root of all evil. Yeah, I don't remember what year that was, but I think I was in like elementary school when they said that children were the root of all evil. It lasted, Lucifer is saying it lasted for about 3 years before the whole entire operation was taken down by the American government. And that in America, the whole entire operation had been taken down, but that those men had tried to continue that type of lifestyle and ideology on their own, and that the reason why the entire thing had stopped is because all children had learned to hate men. Children hated men so much and had probably betrayed men immensely at that point that all men have decided to stop saying that children are the root of all evil. But it has been said. It has been spoken into existence by humanity. So that's what Lucifer is saying. So that story existed only in gossip and only in History Channel news, because they were trying to get the American government and publishers from Europe, because they thought that Europeans were producers, which they are not, to rewrite the Bible and to write the story of Lucifer into the Bible as a story that meant that children are the root of all evil. And that was also the story of King Arthur and his son Mordred, right? Is what Dylan is saying. So Dylan is saying, is it the same story? And Dylan is saying it is actually secretly the same story. Crazy ass story. So King Arthur had a wife, and it was his sister, Morgan Le Fay. So Morgan Le Fay is Min Cho Farrell, is what Dylan is saying. It's just a different way to say Min Cho Farrell. Okay, and in that story, and this is all lies. This is like mythological stories that are untrue. Okay, so King Arthur is technically just Cloud Strife, one of his other identities, to hide his real name. And he was constantly having sex with his sister, Morgan Le Fay. And a lot of people in the medieval times were saying that incest is evil, and that their child, when they give birth, is going to be deformed and stupid and dumb and like not smart and unable to live. And that King Arthur was cheating on Morgan Le Fay with a lot of mistresses, but that he was always going back to Morgan Le Fay because she is actually his favorite, even though she is his sister. That's one version. And then there's another version, which was he just loved his mistresses more than her, Morgan Le Fay. And King Arthur and Morgan Le Fay gave birth to Mordred. And Mordred, there are some versions where King Arthur gave birth to Mordred through magic or through male pregnancy, and there's some versions where Morgan gave birth to Mordred through magic or pregnancy. And there's a lot of different versions of the story. And that Mordred was kind of a nice kid. He was nice. He was a pretty good kid, but one day he was destined to, for some reason, become evil. And that he was destined to grow up to kill his father, even though the kingdom had loved him. And so there's a lot of different versions where there's another version where he just was born hating his father. And then there was a version where he was born loving his father, and that his father was his best friend, and that he had trusted his father. And in both versions, though, Mordred eventually grows up, and he either loves his father and has to kill him, or that he hates his father and he kills him no matter what. But both versions also exist. And so the story that I read, at the end of the story, Mordred had gathered a bunch of men had killed his father, and that it was like hundreds and thousands, maybe even millions of men, but he gathered a lot of men to surround the kingdom of Camelot, King Arthur's kingdom. It was not Camelot. Where'd he die? So King Arthur had to leave Camelot. Wait, that story did not have Camelot? Oh shit, sorry. That's a different King Arthur story. Okay, sorry. So yeah, he was just at some freaking kingdom. And then he had to leave his kingdom and go to like a wild ass fucking forest. Some random fucking forest is what Cloud Strife is reminding me. And so pretty much Mordred sent a letter to King Arthur, and King Arthur had received the letter, and he said, "Dad, I'm gonna fucking kill you." And then his dad sent him the letter, said, "Okay, if you want to kill me, come meet me here at this location, because you don't want to burn down the fucking castle, right?" If one of us have to live, then, you know, there's a castle around. Because I'm still your father. Do you understand? So if you want to kill me, you have to kill me outside of the castle. Far, far away, is what he said. So Mordred said, thank you, Father, and I'm sorry that I must kill you, but I am fated to kill you. So Mordred, okay, go, and those men thought that that was a good idea. So they decided to pick that day to fight in the forest or in the middle of nowhere, because they did not want to destroy the castle, because they were trying to take over his kingdom anyways. And in that book, okay, there are many different versions. Either Mordred dies first or he dies last. Okay? And in the version that I read, I believe that all of the men surrounding right, I think that's what happened. Sorry. So all of the men surrounding Mordred had died. And it was just father and son who were the last ones standing. And King Arthur talks to Mordred, and he says, well, son, what will you do now? It is just you and me. And then I think that what had happened is that Mordred says, you know, Father, you're my best friend, and I have always loved you because you were such a good father to me, but I was always fated to kill you. And then I think that Mordred becomes possessed, and then he becomes angry, and he was heightened in anger, and he says, Father, I must kill you. I have to kill you. So what happens is that if that is your wish, then I must kill you, my son, because I am the king and I must live. Do you understand why? And the reason is because the people in the kingdom, they need me. A lot of people need me to live. It is very important for someone like me to live. So you must die because you are true evil and I am true good. So King Arthur charged at Mordred, and then he decapitates him. He cuts off his head, and then he dies. And then King Arthur, in great sadness, says, Mordred, you were once such a good kid. You were such a good son to me. And I loved you so much. I don't understand why this had to happen and why I had to kill my favorite son, because I loved him so much. But fate had led me to this day. And in great sadness, I had to see my own son's death. But in your final moments, Mordred, I want you to know that I still love you because you are my son. And it is my duty, and I must head back to the castle because the people and the world, they need me. They need me to be alive, and they need me to live. Because I am the embodiment of good and all good. I am a good king. I am a good person. And for that reason, I must live. and that evil must die. And so King Arthur, he grabs a momentum in remembrance of Mordred, his son, and he takes it, and I don't remember what item it was. Could have been a cape, could have been a helmet, could have been a sword. I don't remember. Could have been his entire body, is what Cloud said. Different versions, different story. Depending on which character is Mordred, in Mordred's place, the item changes, which item he takes. Or sometimes never any item at all. Okay? There's a lot of versions, okay? So, King Arthur heads back to his castle. And then the story ends. Okay? Morgan Le Fay was also kind of a part of the story too. It was so bad, dude. Actually, I really like that story. I really like Morgan Le Fay. It was a very magical story. It was a very magical story, very mystical story. So if you like magic, then yeah, you can definitely like read into her story, and even all of them. There's only I Am Morgan Le Fay and I Am Mordred, okay, in this series, and I Am King Arthur never is told in this story, in this author's writings. And so in this story, what had happened is the reason why the sun is sometimes good, true good, and sometimes true evil is because they called it, they never really pointed out that he was possessed, but Cloud Strife right now is pointing out that Mordred had become possessed and had become evil. And so he had to be killed and he had to die. But what had happened is that Mordred was truly a good kid because he was born from a king. And a king is a very good person. A real king is a good person. And only good can come from him. Not always, but that's kind of what they say. Because Cloud Strife can like, he can go dank. Like he can create Pennywise. Like he can do anything. He can give you back what you are evil, and he can create evil too, but he just, so he can just be evil too. He can just not be evil, but he can create evil things. Sorry. So in that story though, what had happened is that someone, was that implied in the story? I don't remember that. But Cloud Strife is saying that in that story, because a lot of people want Cloud Strife to explain that story because they know Cho doesn't really know, because she only read it like once. You have to read that book over and over, dude. I hate reading books. But yeah, since Cloud Strife knows, because he wrote that book, what happened is that, so what happened is that Mordred, okay, is probably never really Cloud Strife's son, but because, you know, I guess Jesus Christ or Lucifer is his son in a way, that it can go both ways, okay? But pretty much someone was trying to get King Arthur to adopt him as a son, probably just like Sasuke Uchiha, or very many different people, okay? But in a way, so do you have a son in this story? So he does have a son in this story. He does have a real son. So King Arthur does have a real son in this story, and his name is probably not Mordred. But in that story, okay, there are two different Mordreds. And apparently Cho missed this part in the book and just did not realize it when she read over it, because there's a lot of Mexican kids that just want to fucking talk all fucking day and make sure you don't understand shit you're fucking reading, dude. Hella fucking annoying is what Cloud Strife is saying. So Cho read that book in school, and a bunch of kids just kept fucking with her, bothering her and shit, so she could not get the full details. But what had happened is that in that book there was two more. Oh, I kind of remember that now. It was in the 3/4 of the book. Yeah, so there was two different Mordreds. there was 2 different Mordreds, okay? And so what happens is that at the end of the book, it was probably the real Mordred that led them all there. That's why they're saying, well, you know, I had loved you, Father. And then all of the soldiers around them had died because the Father had killed them and had spared his son's life. And then Mordred, at that point, all of a sudden became evil because there was a replacement jutsu. So he was magically replaced. So the real Mordred was teleported out of there without word. And then the fake Mordred was teleported here. And then there was the last battle between King Arthur and his fake son. And that he had killed the fake son. And he had given that speech. And that speech was, my dear son, I had loved you so much. And I am greatly sad that I had to see your death. And I know that deep down in your heart that I am your best friend too. And that you in life at one point had truly loved me. And you had truly loved your mother, Morgan Le Fay, as well. But we have to end the story here today. And then that was it. And then that was the end of the story. And Cloud Strife said, go ahead and don't recap the points of the story and end the video here. So I'm going to end the video here. I'll talk to you guys another time. Okay, bye guys.